Yeah, it's still starting. There we go. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Daily Grind. First segment, as always, fucking 2 hours, and we'll go into another section and yada yada yada. All right, we're still working on getting guests, so
We're sad
bear
and
with
lonely.
us.
Nobody likes us forever alone. Yeah,
We
we're
have no friends.
yeah, exactly. But no,
Maybe we should just start saying PewDiePie, and we'll be fucking famous in no time.
PewDiePie. Oh, fuck that
Carbon
shit.
Bro.
I'd rather stick my dick in a meat grinder. All right. Am I looking for who am I looking for? Oh, Optimus Deadpool. Yeah. Let me send him a message. So, it might be a good idea for us to start like contacting these guys
I tried like 10 minutes ago, and
no, well, 10 minutes. I'm talking
oh,
like
I
maybe
see,
a
like a
day.
couple hours. Like I did actually. I thought I did anyway. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Saturday. These people have lives, I guess. Fucking dirty traitors.
I'm gonna challenge that. I mean, how many episodes have they been on in the past?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you talk about having a rotating guest list, and fucking everybody's been on, for I don't know, at least last three or four shows. So yeah, that's true. Ain't got a life. Okay, let's see. Nobody's responded yet, so
So we're screwed. We don't have Jason to pull people in.
yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, and I don't really want to bother him with that shit right now. Dude needs all our loving, but not that loving. Our emotional support. Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, I got everybody. I think I got everybody invited.
We got one person watching right now. I'm assuming that's one of us, though.
Yeah, that's me. That's probably me. Um, Shit. Yeah, dude. I have no idea. Oh, fuck. That's kind of a bummer, man. Like, let me see if John. Okay, so Fuhrer said he'll be here in a bit.
All right.
Remy hasn't responded yet. Optimus hasn't responded yet. Uh, do we need? How about the Laughing Man?
If he's willing to join in, go ahead and kick him a link.
All right. Let's see. Uh, yeah.
Like, we'll get started on the topics here soon, guys. Don't worry. Or guy, one person
Yeah,
watching. We'll
that's
get
me.
started on the topic here soon. Well,
That's
I don't
me.
know. Somebody retweeted the link, so
Oh yeah.
they might
Oh
be in here
yeah.
hanging out too.
Yeah. Let me do that. Actually, you know what, man? I'm gonna go mute for a second. So, this is your
Oh,
first.
great.
Yeah,
Great.
this is
Gotta
your first
rely on
solo.
myself, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it's either that or you're gonna hear me reading what I'm typing out loud. Everybody watch this show. We're floundering. We're desperate for guests.
We're up to our eyeballs in pity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the pity's starting to get too much for us to deal with. And but now, yeah. Just give me a second. I'm gonna see, and I'll solicit guests too. So
All
or
right.
hookers or guests if you want.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll
hookers might
be.
not be bad this weekend. That might actually get some fucking draws.
Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah, but you got
We
to
were
try.
talking this week about how to bring some more people, some more viewers in, and that might be how.
Right, right. Hookers and blackjack. But
No, just forget the blackjack.
yeah, yeah. In fact, fuck it all. I'll be right back.
We got some good, nice. Wow, I can't even fucking decide what words I'm gonna say. We got a good little list of topics here to go over with you guys today, so we're not going at this blind. I'm gonna wait until we get some more of our guests in here though before we start tackling topics though. Had a nice couple things happen this week that are pretty interesting. We're not all going to fill an 8 hour gap though. So, and we don't worry, we still have our usual 2 hour nerd fest at the end of the show. If you guys stick around for that, or come back later and check out that last segment if you happen to miss it.
All right, so I've done some desperate chilling. And I'm going to put it out there that if folks want to join, just you know, yeah,
Find me and yell at me. It's the way that typically works best.
yeah, okay,
I really want to get the other guest in here first, though, before we talk about that awesome fucking comment that I told you about.
yeah. I
Like
don't
that
know
shit was
what the fuck
still
that was
fucking
up, but
priceless, dude.
yeah. I mean, I don't get shit like that. I did get somebody complimenting me. It was kind of weird. I was like,
but, but no, like just oh my god, it was too good. Like as
yeah,
soon as I read it, I'm like, no
yeah.
way.
I didn't know how to respond to that, man. I that's one of those things you're just like, okay, that happened.
Pretty much. But like the joke at the end was what made me fucking like, oh, I gotta get this to Cyber. This is fucking too much.
Well, dude, yeah. I mean, it's a rare fucking thing that can make me just like, fucking, speechless. So, yeah, bring it up later and let the
Let our guests
audience.
get a nice little laugh out of it as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Or who knows, maybe they'll agree with him and say that we are, but I doubt it.
well, hey, man, I let folks know if they want to join to hit you up, and we'll make room for them. What with all the guests on right now, you
Yeah, I
know,
mean, we're
we
fucking 3 viewers. Holy shit, guys, we're scraping the skylines now.
yes, we are, man. I mean, yeah, fucking, I'm gonna ascend to the heavens now, and you know, man, fuck.
I'm gonna go dethrone PewDiePie. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we're fucking hitting those numbers, right? Fat YouTube cash. Yeah, man, I can supplement my income of no dollars with
Some
no
pocket
more
change.
dollars.
A
Fucking pocket change. But yeah,
little bit of
I
lint.
I don't know, man. This is crazy this weekend. I mean, I talked to Remy, and she expressed interest in coming in and geeking out with us again.
Yeah, I imagine she's busy at the moment though. Like, hold on, let me
Yeah,
check and see. Check her
she's.
Twitter.
Let's see. But Fewer did confirm that he'll be there in a bit, so we need to.
Last thing, she's been retweeting a lot, so I can't. It's gonna take a minute to dig through. Her last thing was 4 hours ago, but she's also retweeted since then. So,
Right. And now Jason's talking to me on Skype.
oh, Remy tweet or messaged me, said she can't get in.
She can't get in?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I screwed the link. Uh, okay, let's see. Well,
Oh no, she's in.
resended.
She's in.
Okay. And she's in. We have our third guest.
Hello.
How's it going, Remy?
It's going.
It's
Fewer
going?
should be here soon.
Yeah, he said he would.
What did he just leave your house?
Yeah, right? Hey,
I wish. But no. He
she will not neither confirm nor deny.
She's still wearing her superpower girl costume.
Oh, oh, I
How
need to
did
see
you
this.
know?
Speaking of, we've got some stuff to talk about later, Remy.
What's
Yeah,
We
as
our
soon as we
got
hit we still hit our last hour or couple hours, we're gonna definitely nerd out about Arrow. So
yeah,
be ready for that.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to blow our load on that one right now, but
It's genuinely like a gaping wound in the chest area
I know,
that
I know.
it just leaves me what's the word I'm looking for? It leaves me empty inside.
Right?
It feels like I've been bleeding out of a wound in my chest, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's so intense that I feel like I'm gonna fall right off a cliff, man. Yeah, so.
Oh, I know. It's unbearable.
Okay. You know what, man? Quit teasing it, because I want to talk about it now. But yeah, it was a good
Remember
one.
saying like fuck you both.
Flash was good too this week, but we'll talk about
Yeah.
that too.
Are you guys caught up on Marvel Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
am, and you know what?
I
It
am
went
not.
exactly where I thought it was gonna go.
I was. He's not caught up, so I'm gonna shut up.
Well,
You sent me
fire in
that
the
link,
Roman.
and I'm just like I still haven't even bothered to click it yet. Like I'm not even joking. I know it's there, and every day I get home from work, I'm like, oh, should I turn my laptop on?
It's like I'm too
No.
fucking lazy to click a link. Yeah, it's not happening. I just worked fucking clicking a link. Yeah, but no, it went where I thought it was going to go, and I was kind of pleased to see that. Like I told Ryan that all he really needs to know is that this is the first instance where the show is setting up something that's going to be pay out in the movies later.
Yeah, actually,
Rather
IGN
than
said something about that. So,
yeah. Oh, you read that?
no, I didn't even read it. It's one of them things where I got it set to I liked it on Facebook. So every time they publish a fucking article, it pops up on my Facebook. It's like, oh, let's shove this down your fucking throat.
Right. Yeah. Enjoy this, man. You used to love us. Now, now you're just I don't know. But yeah. So what do we got to talk about? Remy, you got stuff?
I don't think so, really. People need to stop touching poop, and people need to stop turning into poop. Um,
Yeah, there's some poop. I noticed that too.
Yeah, I really wasn't trying to dig into the E-Celeb drama, so I don't know if you
what
guys
is
want
celeb drama?
She's talking very specifically about a person who used to just, be a gamergator and then just suddenly, like, for absolutely no reason, just kind of, lost their shit.
Like, but it's not. It's like a fungus or something, because it's spreading. Like,
cordyceps.
Yeah, right.
I don't understand it, because like people, like I follow a lot of people. Like I follow over 1,000 people, and
Right.
I'm like reading through stuff, and there's like, and I'm not gonna say this, dear, when we are live, so I'm not gonna say this.
Yeah.
But like, people just need to be nice to each other. Like, there's people
Right.
that I've followed for 3 months, and I'm like, I get you're having a bad day, but like, we're all allies. Like, we're all on the same side, and we might all have very different voices and very different ways about doing things, but we all need to be here, and it doesn't help a single person out to chase somebody else out of the hashtag.
For sure.
Now, I'm all about investigating press, because when I posted that earlier on Twitter, people were like, but what about Review Mage and stuff like that? And I'm like, that's different, because they're acting as press. If somebody who is acting as press is being unethical and creating news instead of reporting on news,
Right.
that's bad. That's not okay. But just like us folks who are just people and aren't, it's a different thing. And
For sure. I mean,
I
if I
don't
say
get
something,
that.
if I say something outlandish, of course I expect you to challenge that and whatnot, or not.
Absolutely. Well,
Well,
I would DM you and be like, hey,
yeah,
what's going on? Did you have some Kool-Aid today?
exactly.
And we would talk about it.
Right.
But
And that's what I was going to get
everybody,
at. We don't need
yeah.
to. We don't need to like. Our first move doesn't need to be our finishing move. We don't need to be decapitating anybody. Over what 9 times out of 10 just ends up being a misunderstanding anyway.
Well, and it's stuff like somebody says something off the cuff, or even if it's heartfelt. I mean, I've said stuff that folks don't like. It's just what it is. And also, I've been watching True Blood, so my accent's kind of retarded right now, or that was ableist. It's kind of goofy right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, we gotta put a trigger
You're
warning on this
triggering me with
episode.
that shit. Yeah. now
But
donate to my Patreon so I can feel a little bit better about my life.
but yeah, like folks are just kind of really quick to go at each other, and I had one person who was like, quote unquote, warning me who someone else was, and I was like, well, I don't care who they are. Like, you can just be your Twitter handle. That's okay.
Right.
Like, we all come from sites that sort of, well, not all of us, but a lot of people come from sites that value anonymity, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We're a consumer revolt. Nobody needs to tell me who they are. Like, if I talk to y'all all the time, then I'm going to be a little like, okay, I can't call you this weird handle. Like, I'd
Right.
like to know your name. But yeah,
Oh,
it
everyone
just
seems
it
to
makes me.
taking to call me rotten pretty well. So
Yeah. Well, that's
But it's just,
because your
I
name is
call
a
you
reflection of
Rice,
him.
so I'm backwards, but that's okay.
I call him Rotten not because it's his screen name, but just because I fucking hate his guts. He's a horrible, horrible, horrible person, man. No,
shit.
no, no.
This is why I have him on the show every week, because he fucking hates me. He hates me. Like, you guys
Yeah,
can.
I keep you grounded, right? Keep you on your toes.
He makes it
But
so I'm
yeah.
never full of myself. That's what it is. He makes it so I keep my own.
Meanwhile, I'm arrogant and
everything.
no, but I know I was reading. I just happened to read some of your tweets yesterday because there was this huge kind of kerfuffle. Somebody was like investigating somebody about like anti-Semitic.
Which
like,
was silly. Why tag me in that? Like,
Right.
what side am I going to take in that? Somebody said that they didn't like some art. Guess what? Not everybody likes art.
Right.
Not everybody likes the same kind of art, and I understood where the person was coming from. I wouldn't necessarily have handled it the way that they had, but it's
Right.
like, why tag me in that? Like, what am I gonna do? I
Right.
had no place in it, and me and WTF magazine were both like, what are we doing here? Like,
Right.
why are we in the middle of this argument? And both other parties had each other blocked, so it was just me and WTF saying like, could you untag us? And they're like, they have me blocked, and I'm like, I don't care. Can you untag me?
Right. Like they're bringing you in because you've got those sweet, sweet moderation skills.
I guess so, but it was just kind of like we're so different. Like everybody in the hashtag is so
For sure.
completely different. And that's why it works. I mean, that's the really, really great thing about it. So
Right.
I was just like, why on earth are we trying to figure out who people's real names are, trying to figure out quote unquote what their backgrounds are? None of that stuff matters. I
No, it
mean, I'm
doesn't.
always just me, but that's because I don't come from the Chans. Like I come from a world that I'm forward
In
with
a
who
world.
I am and how. So it's just, and like I'm
Yeah.
learning like Chan culture and language and things
Sure.
like that, and it's funny. I was posting verbally at work the other day, accidentally, because this person in the other aisle was going, they're going, hello, hello, and I guess they were talking into their phone, and then so I was just like, delete this, and I was like, oh god, I gotta go up front. My boss was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine, I'm okay. I just need a moment. But yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I was watching that exchange, and the best I could figure was like somebody didn't like this, like you said, that piece of art that depicts Sarkeesian as a stereotypical, which is funny because she's Armenian, right? Like,
Yeah, she's not
yeah,
Jewish, so I was like, okay, but
yeah. But yeah, and then I guess not liking that made this person suspicious of that
yeah,
person or
and it
something.
was
So,
just really silly, and I think
yeah,
it's just like I said that we all come from very different
yeah,
um, backgrounds, and that I feel like when we're talking about tone policing, if I
hmm,
say I don't feel comfortable with A, and
right,
then you tell me you're not allowed to say that, that's tone policing. That second comment feels more like it. Like I'm saying I'm not comfortable. I'm not telling anybody to change their behavior
right,
because we are all going to behave differently. Like I might not necessarily post it,
right.
but you know, so that was an awkward back and forth to get tagged into that, and they couldn't read each other's comments. So I'm
Yeah,
just like, come on, y'all. Like,
yeah. What is the purpose of it? You're talking through each other.
what
Yeah,
are we doing right now? And I
right.
don't know if they expected me to suddenly be like, oh, well, I'm so glad you tried to research it out, that person. Like, no, that's the last thing I'm going to say because I want us all in the hashtag. I want us all, you
Yeah,
know, doing what we do. So,
for sure. I mean, we've definitely got to, I mean, and like you said, I think that's what makes it so great is that we've got all these diverse opinions, diverse beliefs, and we come from all sorts of, walks of life and backgrounds and whatnot, and we still gel really well, like, I mean, we've come together for this common goal, and everything else is just, we don't give a shit. Like.
well, and even when we don't necessarily fit, even when stuff doesn't necessarily match up and work out the way that we want it to,
Right.
it still works and it's still good. I mean, I always use Ralph and I as an example because I can't think of more polar opposites than me and
Hmm.
Ralph, from the way that we talk to the tone that we use and everything else. And he's my go-to person if I'm not sure about something because I need somebody who sees things as differently as he does from how I view it. And it keeps me in line and keeps me in check. And I'm the first one to message him and be like, dude, come on. Like, there's a line and you just vaulted it, buddy. And he doesn't always listen. Like 90,000 times he doesn't listen, but I at least express it. And he's like, thank you for expressing that. And then
Right.
we move on. And that's how I kind of wish everybody could kind of do stuff.
For sure. And for the sake of clarity for our audience who don't follow the Twitters, she's talking about Ralph Retort, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to make of him. He's got passion for sure, like, but then he writes some stuff that is like, well, I guess that's, you
I
know,
mean, he doesn't want to be a journalist. He is what he is,
right.
and I totally appreciate that about him. And like I said, I mean, he keeps me honest. He keeps me questioning myself,
Sure.
and and that's an awesome thing. But yeah, we've got so many great, super diverse people in the
Hey, it looks like
hashtag.
Nick got home. He got home from your house early, Remy. He made it. He
And,
made
Oh,
it back safe.
yeah,
oh God!
I
Can this
did.
not
I
be
did.
a rumor?
it was a
I
long.
did. Sorry,
It
it
was,
was a
it was a
long
long
walk.
journey.
It was a long walk, but I did it.
Made it home in one piece. Well, we're glad to have you.
Yep. I'm glad to be here. Got beer. Got rum and eggnog. It's
So
gonna be a
you
good
are
night.
covered.
Oh,
Hey,
and I should. I guess I don't care. I'll show. Why
yeah.
not?
What's
So
up?
Are you gonna show the sexy toy again?
yes, I did. I got a fun sex toy. By which I mean a toy that is sexy and awesome. Was my birthday gift today.
You're coming through a little blurry
It's
there.
Blurry there. It
grainy.
legitimately
Look at
just looks like a dildo.
look at the little picture. Look down there. Can you see it better with me talking over the pretty shiny sharp thing?
Yes, your talking is making the picture clear. Super HD.
Yeah.
Hey, just don't pull a Janos on us and sit there and play with a knife for fucking 8
I'm not.
hours. That'll be great.
I'm not. I just got this thing and I'm just like, wow.
That's pretty badass.
It's really
It's a
great.
K bar. It's a K bar. It's
You guys happen to see
buddy,
my
best friend got it
tattoo?
for my birthday. It's like, oh. So, all right.
Your birthday, huh? Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Well, it was last week, faggot, but okay.
Hey, okay. Hey, you know
I'm
what?
just kidding. Thank you. It's
You know
good.
what? Bite all the dicks.
I could
That's
do
what'll
one
get you for
better.
your
I
next
can
birthday.
cut them all off. So,
Yeah, right. That's what'll get you for your next birthday. A bag of dicks.
and I'll just be like, ugh. I'll send it to Dick Balls. He can have it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah, you were on the show last week. Why didn't you say something, man? Because you're not an attention whore. But
No,
yeah.
there's that, and it was actually Tuesday. This Tuesday.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, Remy. It's like come to Harley
Happy
picture on
belated,
Facebook.
man.
I was like, oh, I gotta fucking send it to her.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love all the Harley pictures. They make me super happy.
Nice.
Harley Davidson, Harley Quinn.
Oh no, it's Harley Quinn. Like I'm sitting there, like all right, like I'm literally just scrolling through Facebook. I came across a picture of Harley where she's just sitting there putting her finger out saying, "Come to Harley." I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, send it to Remy.
Nice. Oh man, he's trying to solicit the pudding. He's like, must I have the pudding?
Speaking of soliciting, actually, this has nothing to do with soliciting.
I
I'm
still
gonna say
want
it
her.
anyway.
I'm gonna be honest. I still want her saying that they're telling me to answer my phone. I think that'd be just.
What's up, Nick?
Who here plays Mountain Blade Warband? I'm gonna guess that's no one.
What? Video games? What?
Yeah. But they came out with a great DLC. It's
Oh,
the
man,
Donkey
we don't play
Conquest one.
video
It's
games.
amazing.
Did
But you
somebody
should
lie
play
to
this
you,
one.
Nick? We don't play video games.
Faggots. This is a good one. Play it. Should stop saying that
All right,
word.
check out that
Anyway,
link.
play it.
That's okay. I mean, it's Chan culture right there. It's hard not
I'm
to.
not a chanter though. That's the problem. This is
You're
I'm
not?
pretty sure
Yeah,
Remy
but
and Cyber have already seen this, but there you go.
Yeah.
Nick, you haven't seen it yet.
Let me see.
uh-oh, there's a train.
You know what time it is.
Choo choo.
Yeah. Oh god, the yeah. That's one train I wouldn't wag my dick at. Man.
All right, so we got enough people here. I think we should probably once the train passes, you stop waving your dick at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can't
mute
stop
it.
the train.
Okay, it's gone.
All right, let's go ahead and start jumping into topics here.
Yeah. I need to get something to eat.
It's nice because Monday Matt actually did our topic list for us this week.
Hey, we're fucking making it clear right off the bat that we don't do our own work.
Yeah, we just look
What-
for things online to steal.
What did he do? He did?
His entire playlist is pretty much our topic list for this week.
Oh. Well, you should
Like-
bring him in here because why the fuck not?
He works on Saturdays. I've
Yeah.
tried to get him on.
Has he done the show?
Yeah.
He has.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked to him about fucking Gotham.
Say that like it's a bad thing, though. You're like, oh, fuck, that's right. He's been on here before, huh?
Well, no, I just no, I feel kind of like a dick, you know. Well, I mean, I am, but I feel like more of one, you know.
Because
So
you don't remember him being on here?
yeah, but then again, I don't remember my own name. I have to check my underwear. So
It says his last tweet was an hour ago. I don't know. Do you guys think I should message him? I
don't
told him
know.
Give it
whenever
a
he
shot.
followed me back.
There's
Yeah.
no problem if he can't. Just
Yeah,
give it a-
I told him whenever I followed him, whenever he followed me back, that I would spam him with messages trying to get him to join. So
well, you can't win if you don't play. So
Mhm.
I mean, you know, no harm in I mean, you haven't. Fuck, you're not spamming him, right? Like,
We're having,
No,
rum,
but I'm
and, we're
just-
having rum and eggnog. Tell him he's invited. It's fine.
yeah, man. When was the last time you asked him? Like a month ago?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Weeks ago. It's not spam.
Honestly, it could have been a bad episode too, because I think the last episode I asked him to join was the cause and effect episode. So.
Oh yeah.
That's the name for it. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Hey, thanks.
Cyber came up with it. It's all him.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Whenever fucking Kaz sues you for defamation of character.
No, Nick's like, fuck that shit. Then that faggot came up with it. Fuck it.
Terrible name.
Yeah. I don't get him.
Yeah.
Dr. Stein's bitch.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right into it though.
I must be
While
a
we're waiting on a reply.
because I'm getting a kick out of this shit.
We'll start with our friendly stolen segment from the Co-optional podcast.
Yeah.
The games we've been gaming. And we don't have like, a lot of viewers. We don't have those either. We don't have a lot of guests tonight to go through and explain things. So let's try to drag it on a little bit and actually discuss the games we're playing and not just, oh, I've been playing this. Okay, on to the next thing.
All right. Yeah. All right. Who starts? You're the.
Let's go ahead and start with you, Cyber.
All right. Well, so I have spent most of my week.
Binding of Isaac and on
Looking
to
for-
Nick.
No, dude.
That's fucking weird,
Yeah.
dude.
Actually, I haven't played any of that this week.
Oh,
been-
that's a surprise.
Yeah, I was looking for a job and found one, and I start Monday. So I've been spending the rest of the weekend playing Shadow of Mordor. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure
Show
how
you
I
that video.
feel about it, man. Yeah, like I got that glitch video up on my channel. Yeah, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it's got a lot of clever mechanics in it, like the whole like having to hunt down people and get intel, you know, for these captains and their war chiefs and whatnot. And but the gameplay is just I mean, it's the combat of Batman, the Arkham games. Which
Yeah,
is
but
great.
I understand what you're saying, though. It feels a little clunky at times.
Well, yeah, and there's just not a lot of meat to it. Like the missions are all, you know, they're variations on the same thing. It's you sneak
Like the
in,
Nemesis
take a few
system.
people out.
The Nemesis system is great. Don't get me wrong,
Oh, sure.
but I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, though.
Like I said, there's a lot of clever stuff in it. I just like to see it in a slightly better game. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not down on it. I think I'm having fun. I've played something like 20 hours, so I'd have to be either that or I'm an idiot. But
I made it to one mission, and I was like, and I think I'm done now. Like,
well, see, that's where I'm finding myself now. Like, you know, there's a lot of points in the game where they'll throw like 50 guys at you, right? And the camera angles will go nuts, so you're not, you know, it's a little hard
character
to.
will go nuts.
Right. Yeah, like in my video, right? But it's just it needs some spit polish and. You know, yeah. I mean, it's good, I guess. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. But
We got a reply from Matt, by the way, guys. He says yes, he is working tonight. So
yeah, no worries.
Damn.
And he's also I don't know who you are.
I totally forgot you by now. You're nothing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Matt kind of remembers some people.
Yeah, Matt's a good guy. I mean, from what from the conversation about Gotham
He
I
has to
had with
remember
him.
us because whenever he came in with us, dude, it was the height of the Solution 6 debacle. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
speaking of which, Solution 6, guys, has now officially been resolved. The death of Arrow. There you go. That was Solution 6.
No! Why did you
Is
say that?
everybody caught up? Don't say things.
Yes,
No,
I
we're
know.
not talking about it yet.
Oh,
We're
man.
not talking about it yet, guys.
Might not be. So you dirty bastard. But no, I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna bet money in this. Lazarus Pits.
Nope.
Of course, because Ra's al Ghul, he's like, it's been 64 years or some shit like that. since I was
Cyber,
back
you
down.
asshole.
I told you, right, when this happened, that I was probably going to betray you. We were supposed to
Yeah.
work this out.
You're gonna fuck with Remy the whole time and be like, nope, he's dead. The show's gonna be called The Red Arrow. It's gonna be all about Roy Harper.
Yeah,
Arsenal. His name is Arsenal. You
and Ray Palmer.
Ray Palmer. Yeah.
So who's
We're down to 2 viewers, you guys, and one of them is me. Good
And
job.
the
You
others-
scared everyone away.
The other's me.
As soon as we said that about Arrow, they're all like, fuck no, I'm gone.
No. No, definitely Lazarus Pits, and you can even tell by the hint in like his whole speech.
Right,
There's a part where he's like, "Don't send him to death," basically.
Right.
And when he gives his little speech, because it's like, yeah, and as
Something
if
about
fucking
saving
Oliver
from the
Queen is
grave.
going to suddenly die in his own show.
Yeah,
No.
Right.
exactly. Like, as soon as that happened, I was half surprised and the other half going, Lazarus Pit.
Now see,
Yep.
prior to the Flash, I wouldn't have expected the Lazarus Pit just because it was more grounded in reality and whatnot. But
Man,
now
after Mirakuru, I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
anything could happen.
right,
Yeah.
and the fucking metahumans running around and shit, all sorts of craziness. Like it kind of brings it into, it brings
Anything
Arrow
can
into a
happen.
world where exactly. So I think that's exactly, and plus like what Roz said to him before he stabbed him, like. He's like, yeah, it's been 60 some odd years since someone last challenged me. How long was he alive before that point? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
The dude
so,
didn't look 60.
right.
Exactly. No, that's the point.
Oh man, he brutalized
I'm disappointed
Ollie.
in how he looks, though. Like, I wanted Raz to look,
A little more
I don't
fucking
know.
badass.
Yeah, or just,
I will say this: he
He's
didn't
a little
quite look
dope.
as jacked as I expected.
Yeah, he's a
For
little
Maybe
being
dope.
the head of the
that's
demon,
that's kind of part of his whole thing, I think, too. Is
for
he's
being
not
the head of the
supposed to
demon,
talk.
he really didn't strike fear in me.
Well,
I was hoping.
I kind of have, like, a thing for bad guys, and I was like, oh.
So how were you? I'm gonna be honest. I gotta ask. How bad were you crying whenever Leatherpants got stabbed in the chest?
Well, I was just like, I was so excited because there were stills from the show, and like I expected more physicality to it. Like that was the only thing. Is I wanted
the
some
fight was a
more.
little disappointing.
But I did like the fact that Roz took him down literally single-handedly.
Yes.
Like I did
He
like
does.
That
He,
was
did, he
But
doesn't.
I also did like that Oliver made that little last move at the end, because that
Yeah.
was what he was kind of saving for, was a chance to do that, and he almost had him, and then Raz is just like, fuck this, hand
Yeah.
on the blade. No, you're not.
Yeah.
This guy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like blade grade crazy. Okay, I see how this is. No,
Yeah, there's a
my guess
fan-made
is he's
image
going to be
that
sent back. He's going to be brought back, and Raz is going to be like, no, get back, get the hell back there and go kill Malcolm, dick.
Right.
That's my
Yeah.
thought. Is he's going to bring him back and be like, what are you doing here? Go back, kill Malcolm. Stop
or
being
he's gonna be like, all right, that's settled. Get the fuck out of here now.
yeah, maybe something like that.
I don't think it's ever that easy with the League of
No, it's not.
or the league will actually
Women
train.
voters.
You guys feel like the
Yeah,
league will
my thought-
The
possibly
League
train.
of Extraordinary
That was my
Gentlemen.
thought too. Part of my thought was also he might pull an Amanda Waller and be like there, in his 5 years ago sort of segment, he's working for her because she's kind of like has him hostage there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My thought is it might be that as well with Ross. He might just be like, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna go kill
You're
people.
mine now.
Yeah.
Well, and
least
it could just be that they resurrect him and send him back. Because remember, like the Lazarus Pit can have like some fucked up effects on people's minds and their psyche basically.
There was a really badass fan-made
So he
image.
could just be dealing with that shit.
There was a really badass fan-made image circulating around. It's literally just Oliver's hand coming out of the Lazarus Pit holding onto an arrow.
Nice.
Nice.
And he's all
But it's fan-made though, so there's no.
like, check out my unusually fucking waxed chest.
man,
I have
fucking
not a single body hair.
when frickin'
Well, hold on. That was something
when
else that
Stephen
kind
Amell
of
took
ticked me
off his
off.
goddamn shirt there,
Yeah, not a
and
damn
he's like
scar.
literally like coated in scars. Like there's not
That
a
was
bare
cool.
patch of
But-
skin on him. It's like, wow, holy.
That
See,
was
that makes
pretty
me think of the
cool.
Lazarus. That was what made me cue to the Lazarus Pit. Whenever you seen Ra's al Ghul take the shirt off, the coat off, and it's like not a damn scar,
Right.
like not a one.
But see, what bothered me about
It's
all
like,
those
all
scars
right.
is like, we've seen him without his shirt like every, like, I would say 36 minutes of each episode for the last 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
He runs around naked almost, and like I don't recall seeing those scars.
You know
At
what the
least
mic
not.
muted like, oh yeah.
They really play up the scars for certain episodes. There are like one or two that are always on,
Right.
but there are certain episodes where they play him up to no tomorrow. Like there was one episode in season 1, and it's the one where he's being interrogated and they're talking about how he was tortured and stuff, where they really coat him in scars for that.
Okay.
And then for this fight scene too, because that was the point of having them there. It's supposed to
Right.
show the contrast between him and Roz. That
Right.
they're both Roz is by far more battle worn and experienced than Oliver, but he
Right.
doesn't have a damn scar on him, whereas Oliver is the young upstart who is just coated in them.
Right.
Because
And-
it's a rough process. So that's the whole point of that imagery there, was to just
sure.
set that contrast.
For sure, and it also tells you that Oliver, while green under the gills by comparison, is no slouch. I mean,
No,
he's
not even by
Right.
not
Well, part of the reason why he contracts those wounds is because he's willing to try to take people alive. So he has
Right.
to put himself into more danger.
right. And
precisely.
what'd you guys think of the Flash this week?
Also really good. I'm
Yeah.
still not convinced. I'm still not convinced Wells is Reverse Flash. Though.
Yeah, Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan and I were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about that like a half hour before the show about
Because
how
no matter how fast he is, there's no way he can have a version of him in the suit in the cell, and then another version of, and then him also simultaneously sitting in the wheelchair in different clothes, and then pull
Because-
himself
What
in
if they're
and
from
car out of him.
But
divergent
if they're from
timelines?
different timelines.
Yeah, that's
Stop! Get out of my
that's
head,
the other two.
Cyborg.
that's the other
kind
thought too.
Crash, kill, destroy, kill all
No.
humans.
That's kind of the whole thing, is that they are so fast that they can move through time. So my friend and I were theorizing that's what it is, and that he is setting it up so that the Flash will try, because he needs the Flash to exist. Like, that's where
Yes.
he gets
Yes.
his power from. So, and that's why he's constantly looking at the newspaper. And my thought is that he is setting it up now so that the Flash will try to go back in time to make the
Yeah.
events happen, so that the Flash exists, so that he can, and so that it's completely circular.
Well,
That was
in the
my
comics-
thought.
what we established in that most recent episode is that there were both Barry and,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say, what do
Reverse
you guys
Flash
think?
were at the scene where his mother died. And what we know now, and what I'm pretty damn sure has happened, is Barry Allen as the Flash is the person who takes Barry
Oh,
Allen,
hey,
the child,
my
out
Yes.
to the
listening.
street.
Hi. The real Deadpool is listening. You guys should say hi.
oh,
Hello.
I posted it over. on
Hello,
Facebook.
Slade.
Right. Yeah.
Ah.
So hey,
Good
but
job.
fuck. What was I gonna say? It was about the
But
Flash.
yeah, he definitely took him. So Barry definitely took Kid Barry out and saved him
Right.
there.
Go watch the first episode again, and when Barry is hit by the lightning, you see like a golden kind of like flash around him.
Mhm.
And see in the comics, like they had some convoluted thing where basically Barry became the lightning that struck him and
Yes,
gave him his own
that's
powers.
one of the origin stories. Yeah, for sure.
Right, and it seems like that's actually the one they went with on the show, because you see kind of a momentary, I don't know, or it could have just been a
They're
cool.
playing with concepts that are only introduced after the Speed Force without getting into the Speed Force yet. Though.
Right.
So that's a little.
Yeah,
well, I think
It's a
they're going
little
to dodge
strange.
the whole Speed
what
Force
they're
thing
alluding
because
to is
he wasn't able to vibrate his particles without the Speed Force, was he?
No, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're dodging the Speed Force altogether. I think they're just going to totally play past that.
They might, or it's just that,
But then-
or it's that there are. I don't know.
that could, you know what though, that
'Cause my thought is,
Barry
it's
would
still, I
still
still
need-
think it's Eddie that is involved somehow. He kept
Yeah.
Eddie alive for a reason.
right,
It might be
He
that
didn't touch him.
I still think Wells is from the future,
and he's
but I think he's working with someone else, and someone else was in the suit,
could be,
and it might be an Eddie from the future. I don't know.
or it could be
Eddie's
Eddie's
different.
descendants.
So
Yeah,
now, who is what's his name? The chick's boyfriend. Fuck. One of the
Firestorm.
Human Torch. Yeah.
Firestorm.
Yeah, that's his name, Firestorm. He was
All right.
Robbie Amell.
right.
So
and
it's-
he was
it's
a-
Already awesome.
he's a character that like combines with another dude to become a superhero.
No, he's the accident. From what I understand, it splits him. There's
Right.
two. I think.
Well,
Remy,
see-
was it you who was talking about that one time in call?
Yeah.
Or was it someone else?
Well, there's a guy.
Basically, he has two. He basically has like multiple personality disorder at this point.
Well, actually, in the New 52, they had him split off. It's a dude and another dude, and they don't look. I don't know. This is something we can look up after we're done with this whole thing. But
Yeah, well, speaking of which, we're still talking
but
about the
yeah.
games we've been gaming this week, and we just
Yeah, and
Oh
we
yeah,
totally were saving this until later.
yeah,
we were.
Like,
yeah, we
oh, we're
were.
not gonna
So we
blow our
totally
load.
derailed there. And,
The geek force is strong with us. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
we really did
We
blow our
used
load there.
we
That was
used the
like
Geek Force to travel time, ladies.
yes we do.
We are 3
okay.
hours in.
Fail
We are
through
just
time.
we are a group of premature ejaculators when it comes to nerd culture, so we apologize.
I don't know what this premature thing you're talking about is. I ejaculate exactly when I mean to, like a wizard.
I was gonna say. A wizard ejaculates exactly when he means to.
9 months
Are we gonna be
later.
able to get Mike
9
in here?
months later. Damn it.
Yeah.
Hey, Cyber, without Jason, are we gonna be able to get Mike in here?
Oh, I didn't even ask him. So,
Oh well.
hold on, I'll.
Bane voice tonight, and we lose every viewer. They're like, "Fuck you! That's the only reason why I come to this stupid show."
All right, let me grab the thing and put it in the thing.
With a thing and the thing and the thing.
So full disclosure, because my litmus test of honesty is listening to the show right now. It was not me that brought up Firestorm. He just went. What did he say? He goes, "LOL. Do you even know who Firestorm is?" Because he knows what comics I read and which ones I don't.
Firestorm.
I don't really read
But
comics.
let's
If
talk
I ever want
about our-
if I want comic lore, I usually just go to the comic wikis instead.
Right.
And even then, it's very limited to the main heroes and stuff.
And for me, it's usually like if I see something in the movies or the shows that I kind of want to expand on, I'll do the same. Just see if the backstory is kind of playing or
So- Have you seen this insanity about Spider-Man and how they don't want Garfield to be the Spider-Man anymore? And then there's even talk about Raimi coming back and all of this
Really?
stupidness.
Is that what they're trying to do now?
I hope not. I hope it's all a lie. I hope it's a big, big, dirty lie.
Well, we'll get into this later. Let's continue to talk about the games.
Hey, I'll be
Sorry,
back.
Ryan.
I'm gonna go AFWPQX for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
You
He's a
Um,
cyborg.
you figure out what that means because I have no fucking clue. But I'll
There's a
see
bunch
you
of
guys
letters there. Somebody makes something out of it.
Yeah.
Means he's going to sacrifice the firstborn of his neighbor, so he retains his eternal youth. It's a requirement.
That's true.
Don't worry about
This
it.
is true. This is true. And,
We've all been there, done that once.
also, I've got to scavenge some toasters for my my robotic, fucking mechanical parts. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
I really hoped you had something going there, not just making up words. Just
No.
like pulling stuff out of my ass. Fuck
No,
it.
that was literally me just fucking yanking it right out of the old rectum there. So, yeah.
Put it
All
back
right.
in there. It smells. You.
That's the shittiest idea I've ever had. All right, I'll be back.
All right.
All right, Nick. Let's move on to you. What have you been playing this week?
A couple things. I reinstalled some New Vegas, set up some mods, was playing that, and then this DLC came out for Mountain Blade Warband. It's the Viking Conquest one. It's from the creators of Britton Walda, which was a very popular mod for Mountain Blade Warband, and it's basically start date 867. Which, if any of you know Crusader Kings 2, the Old Gods DLC, that's the start date for that too. And it's fun. It's really, really good. It's a really
What kind of game is it? I've honestly never heard of it. What is it? What is
Mountain
it?
Blade Warband.
What kind of game? Like, what genre does it fall in?
I do not know. It is a mixture of RPG, grand strategy, and first and third person combat. Basically, it's kind of it has RPG or like strategy sort of elements, like you can lead armies and stuff, but you lead them as one person and you fight in battles and stuff. It's really cool. I'm surprised it took me until like this year to actually pick it up because it is like everything I've ever wanted in a strategy game. And the second Mountain Blade Warband, Mountain Blade 2 is on the development queue, and it looks amazing, and it's going to be great. Because this game is not very graphic intensive, but it's so fun that you just kind of like, you just don't care. So that they're doing a second one is even better.
It's kind of like Dragon Age Origins, right? In the sense that the graphical fidelity isn't there, but the gameplay is just fucking, or the story itself even could carry.
The gameplay, this one, because, well, this DLC does have a good story, but no, the gameplay is the big one. Like, it's just, the things you
Is it
can
on
do.
Steam?
It's so fun. Oh yeah. It's like $20 or something too. I think it's pretty cheap.
Hell yeah. I'll have to check that out sometime.
Yeah, it's a great game.
It's on sale right now, it looks like. Or something's on sale for 10% off on Steam.
That's
Something's
probably
always on sale for 10% off on Steam.
that's probably Viking Conquest because I bought it yesterday and it was like 10% off. So
All right, what about you, Remy? What have you been playing this week?
Well, first I want to say that it's Mount and Blade, not Mountain Blade, which is seriously what I thought you've been saying for like the
No,
last
yeah,
day.
Mount
Oh
and Blade.
God.
Don't you correct my pronunciation of words, bitch.
I can't hear. I don't hear so good. Um, I have been wrestling with Hitbox. Really, has been my video game of the week. I
Trying
was
to figure out how to stream?
well, no, I got it all set up. Everything was great. Was changing my header. I put up a header just as kind of like a joke, and then it promptly logged me out. And I was like, oh, I can't remember what my password is. I'll just change it. Their password reset is broken, so I'm completely locked out of my account now.
Oh, shit. Have you
So
thought
fun.
about, does I feel about doing it on Twitch as an alternative for now?
I don't like the fact that Twitch might have problems with some of the shirts that I would wear while I was streaming, and the huge lag that they have is just not. Like I like interacting, I like talking with the chat and things like that when I do stuff. So
So
having like
yeah, delay would kill it for you.
yeah, like that's just not fun for me. And on Hitbox I can control exactly how long my delay is, and I really like that. And it's when I have it so that there's not a delay, it's literally just a couple seconds and everybody's in time with me. So as soon as I can get back in there, that'll be awesome.
So have you contacted Hitbox support yet?
Yeah, they're the ones that got back to me and were like, "Oh no, this is a top priority." Because I thought I was just being a derp. I was like, "Am I so stupid that I don't know how to reset a password?" Um, totally blamed myself. And then I went to Hitbox and I'm like, "Hi, I'm dumb. Can you help me?" And they're like, "Oh no, you're not dumb. It's okay. It's a known problem." Uh,
Yeah, their website's still pretty young as far as all that stuff goes. Like, I was on their ass about making their website work for mobile to the point of
Yeah,
like,
finally did it. God.
yeah, like I was fucking like,
oh,
I was on their
Ollie
support
is.
Twitter, just like straight cussing them out, like you guys don't give a fuck. It's pissing me off. I'm sick and tired of dealing with you people. And I was just like slamming them left and right. And then finally they're like, hey, look, we're sorry, all right? Like, oh, view it on our mobile website. I'm like, there is no mobile website. You're full of shit. If there's a mobile website, send me a link. Guess what? There isn't a link because the mobile website doesn't fucking exist.
They're babies, but I'm willing to be patient just because I like the freedom that I have that I wouldn't have on Twitch. I mean, I'm not saying like I understand why Twitch has the guidelines that they have, but it's just not for me. I don't even know what I'm playing victim for. Oh, me being dumb, whatever.
Oh,
The reason Marco said that the reason that we have few viewers isn't because we suck and nobody wants to listen to us, but it's in fact because Ollie is streaming on Twitch right now.
Oh,
So,
Ollie.
all right, well, we'll get his viewers whenever he's done, I guess.
Who's Ollie?
Who?
I don't know
Oliver
who he is
Campbell.
there.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you were
Oh,
talking
all
Oliver.
right. Yeah,
I
I was
do.
like,
yeah,
somehow
yeah.
Arrow
Stephen
is.
Amell has a Twitch
Yeah, right.
right now.
Oh,
He
I would be
Jesus.
just
I would
stands
be
in
like,
front of the camera
I'd
waxing
just
his
be
chest.
like, I gotta go, guys. Bye.
If he was playing anything on cam, I'd be like, y'all think I'm here? What? No.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Standing
I'm
in
not
front of
in
his
this call
webcam,
right now.
like,
I am
No,
my
so
physical
she'd be
here.
sitting
My
there.
ass is there.
Because look, let's be honest. The only thing Remy would care about is if he was playing, or if he was streaming on ChatterBait. That would be the only thing that would pull her away from here. She'd just be
I
like,
just want him in the leather pants.
He's just standing in front of the camera, rubbing hot wax on his chest.
no, he's wearing the leather pants. No, look, he's wearing the leather pants. They're doing that
That would
crazy ass
that would
bard
turn me
thing.
gay, and I'm pretty goddamn straight. I'd be like, yep. There we go. That'll do.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad-looking dude.
No, and he's like such a
Deadpool in
he's such a
chat.
nice
Oliver Queen
guy
is
too.
streaming
That's
right
the thing.
now.
Yeah. What's that?
Deadpool
He's
in
just such a
chat.
nice
Oliver
guy.
Queen is streaming right now. He's playing Injustice.
He knows my interest.
He's playing
Uh,
as Aquaman though. He's like,
no, he's playing as the Flash because he wants to have superpowers.
Oh yeah.
No, that crossover episode was great though.
It was. It was.
Okay, guys.
But
No,
back to
nerding
the
Both
out
halves. Both halves were, or both parts were great.
But all right. So you've gotten in touch with. See, part of the reason why I had such issues with Hitbox is because it took them like a month to finally get back to me. I
Oh,
emailed
I
them.
spammed their Twitter, and then they
Tweeter.
like
Tweeter.
all of my friends also
I got
helped me
arrested for
spam.
that once.
Yeah.
For
See,
tweeters.
see, it was just me. So I legitimately like I tweeted at him once, waited for a reply, and then I emailed him like a week later, and it literally took him a month to get back to my tweet. And I was like, this is fucking. You're kidding me. Like.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're like,
not
and their reply was, "Oh, just go to the mobile website." I'm like, "Can I get a link?
By the
Like,
way,
fucking anything?"
I like that Oliver dude, the one who's streaming. He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
most good guy.
Ollie's a good guy. He's my husbando. I am very fond of him.
Yeah.
I've tried to get
he's,
him on once. I've tried to get him on once, but he, didn't
Yeah.
accept.
He's your husband. Am I your dirty little secret then?
He was on yeah, right. He was on one of Shrek Bane's streams once, and it was just fascinating listening to him talk, and I mean he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he goes through a lot of stuff too,
Yeah, he does.
with the pain and the hurting, and it's like you're a good dude. I'd like to shake your hand and buy you a beer.
Trying to put the spaghetti back in the Tupperware by thinking of the most straight thing you could.
No, no, I saved the spaghetti spilling for you, baby.
Oh
Flattering.
shit!
Hey,
All right, I
that's
gotta rein
nice.
this show in.
All right, you're no fun.
Yeah.
We'll get there later. You know how this
But
will work.
actual
My segment
games
2,
that
it'll
I
just be
play-
like, say pudding once, please just say pudding.
But actual games that I'm playing always, I play Guild Wars 2. I've discovered that I really suck at Postal 2. Like so much it hurts me. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I was actually searching through your pictures the one day, and I see your. Oh, fuck off!
Okay.
But,
had
I
one
came
hand
across
on-
your Guild Wars 2 characters, and I was like, oh, no shit.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, those are my boos. I love them. Like I think it's a weird form of narcissism to be in love with characters that you created yourself, but whatever. I love my characters.
See, whenever I did my Dragon Age video, my biggest worry is my derpy-looking elf. I was like, oh, man. He just looks so fucking broken and unproportioned and shit. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I even say in the video, don't make fun of my elf. like don't do it.
That's sad.
Yeah, my girls are lovely. My elementalist,
Yes,
she's
they are.
the blonde. She is my favorite one to play, but the other one, the thief, is more based on myself. Like
Yeah,
I
that was
told
the one. The
somebody
thief was actually the one that I was like, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I kind of want to, if going to the gym works the way that it should, I hopefully will get to cosplay her in the future. But yeah, she's my favorite. Like, I love her. She was kind of based more off of my personality and stuff. And then my elementalist is based off of a character in a book.
What
'Cause
she was
I'm a
hinting at
nerd.
there, chat, was going to the gym met Fuhrer coming over.
Oh God, this is really going to be a thing.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
We had last
Hey,
week.
look, you guys know sex burns calories, right?
You guys can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we
Good,
can
because
hear
it,
you.
it was saying
Remy's
I was having connection issues.
Oh.
Remy's just ignoring me.
But
She's
remember
like,
that-
fuck you, dude.
Remember
Like-
that? Well, I mean, you remember that conversation we had last week, right? You spread those rumors, and then people start hounding her. Yeah,
Shit. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the first topic.
she's got paparazzi hanging out. Yeah, let's
So go ahead, paparazzi hanging out and what now?
hanging out in her bushes, taking pictures, trying to see who.
Oh God. Okay, the word bush should never be used ever.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That would be a weird place to find paparazzi. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight's first topic. Gawker loses money to Gamergate, 7 figures to be exact. Where we at on that? How fucking badass is that we've made that much of a dent in these fuckers?
There are people saying that's not significant because like they've got more.
No,
you know.
it is though. It's
Yeah.
not like it's not like
No,
we're
I
shutting the
agree.
company down significant, but it is in the sense that like we've accomplished that.
Sure, and I fully agree. I was just bringing that up because it's amazing the lengths these people will go to dismiss what we have done, and I mean, like you said, they might not be shutting down tomorrow, but they're hurting, and that's we had a hand in that. So, Viewer's gone, huh?
I'm here.
Okay.
It's
I don't
just
know, where do you sit on
connection
that,
issues for some stupid reason.
You're normally our level-headed one that can ramble on for hours. So, I would love to hear your standpoint on Gawker losing 7 figures thanks to Gamergate.
About fucking time. That company has needed a gigantic kick in the face for quite some time, and it's good that it's actually getting it from us. Happy to be participating in the movement that's doing it. But yeah, no, Gawker. I don't think many people will lose tears over this. Gawker is generally regarded as a place most people think is shit.
Right.
It does not have a good reputation.
Right. I've had conversations with aunties where they're like, I hate you, but hey, keep it up with the Gawker stuff.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, nobody really likes Gawker. No one with political leanings. Like fuck.
Functioning brain.
I've never seen.
I believe Nick Denton's actually going to a point where he's stepping away as actually being the head of Gawker and making it like a board of representatives.
He's CEO now. Yeah, I don't even see many progressive networks really trusting or using Gawker ever. Like fucking the Young Turks they'll use Fox. I think they've used Vox once or twice. They use Mother Jones. They'll use Al Jazeera. They'll use Raw Story's the big one they like.
Right.
Which is gross because Raw Story is disgusting. But
it's not the greatest. But for the most part, most of those places are better than Gawker, even if they are not the greatest themselves.
And I think Nick Denton fancies himself to be very smart. I think that he thought because we do pay a lot of attention to him as an individual, that he thought that this shifting around of titles and things was really going to make a difference. And I don't think he realizes, like, we're not, celebrity publicist, which is who he's usually used to going up against. Like, we don't have the guidelines that those people have. So it's like, okay, it's nice you change titles. We don't care. We're still here. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a pretty name change. What different, really, sir? Nothing. Oh, okay. I see.
We're losing you.
Sure. You see, you should have stayed here. My net connection's better than yours.
Look, man, she's inviting you in. There you go. Just get your ass back over there.
You so crazy.
I'm okay. I'm here with rum and eggnog, so even if I cut out, I'll be like, this is a good...
Fuck it, I'm just going to get drunk and listen to you fuckers talk for a while.
Basically. And I have beer on standby, too. It's just like,
He's
yep.
like, Rum, you my only friend.
I know, this happened last...
It is not my only friend, because another friend gave me a knife today, so...
A very pretty knife.
And instruction.
Pretty knife. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Alright, on to the next topic. Unless Remy wants to add anything to the Gawker losing...
Not much to say about it, but good job, guys.
Yeah, and keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep emailing advertisers. Actually, I guess there's a bot out there now doing the boycott goal of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
That's what you guys did. You did this, so...
the 6 viewers watching. You busted your ass, guys.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Just you. Nobody
you
else.
said 6 viewers. I heard 6 Biebers. I was like, what?
What?
The 6 Biebers watching. Good job. And I'm just like, what?
6 believers.
You mid-90s technology. Does anybody carry pagers anymore?
No, Beavers.
Oh, beavers. Okay, well, that's nice.
Bieber, the Canadian guy that we stole and
Justin?
corrupted and made horrible.
Like, I heard you Beavers did it, and I was like,
oh, Beavers.
What did you just say, you little bitch?
Yeah.
I'm going to find out where you live and murder you. I'll save you the trip. I'll just kill
nice
myself, okay?
Beavers.
All right. Remy, did you have anything else you wanted to add to that, or are we ready to move on to the next?
I swear I put pizza in my mouth right before you say my name every time.
All I heard is you're shoving something in your mouth every time, so you may want to clarify.
Hey,
pizza. I put pizza in my mouth.
There we go.
Hey,
It's like
so that's what you call it.
And you go. I bite, and then as soon as I bite down, like as soon as my teeth connect, I hear Remy, and I'm like, God, okay, swallow.
Oh, Jesus.
Ladies and
Christ.
gentlemen,
What
I
have
just
stumbled
want you to
into?
know this is not pornography. It's okay.
No, this is totally
We're,
PG.
we're all naked, but it's not, you know.
Yeah, we're not doing anything, but we're just sitting around chatting. And we're all naked. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Secretly, we're all actually in the same room right now too. It's just you may
We
find it
all-
weird, but we're just like, whatever.
What it is, we know how to soundproof our mics to where you guys can't hear anybody else. We got this shit. We're legit. We got this.
Yeah, don't want to.
We're like
Yeah,
super
it's-
professional naked people.
Exactly, exactly. There is a lot of baby oil, though. We could probably, lay off that a little bit, but
I was I couldn't hold back
What?
after
No.
super professional naked people.
yeah, that is awesome. All right.
Oh
hey,
my god,
so,
I want to change that to my Twitter fucking dialect.
So what's the next topic, huh?
Just professional naked people.
Oh, that's
Oh fuck. Okay, hold on.
that's
Next topic.
Mercedes
this
Okay.
Carrera. That would be the segue to there.
that's the name of this segment, Ryan. Super
Super
professional naked people.
Don't let me forget that. I gotta name it.
It sounds like one of those Japanese Sentai shows.
No, it sounds like one of those Japanese game shows.
Okay. Somebody in the chat, go ahead and tweet out the link for this, and tweet out super professional naked people streaming on the weekly grind.
Yeah.
No, super professional naked people streaming on the weekly grind. 22.
Yeah.
It's the 20-second version of this.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay. Now this technically happened last weekend, but we dodged it because all the Game Awards stuff going on, and I don't know. We had a decent show going on last night, so we really didn't get around to talking about it.
Elijah.
Stop.
That's just me trying to goad you along, man. It's all this build up for the GTA thing.
Yep, exactly. Grand Theft Auto got pulled from stores from Target Australia and I guess Target or Kmart Australia as well. I don't know. But yeah, where do we stand on that? I know that personally, it's just fucking stupid. I think that the Take-Two CEO kind of had the best fucking opinion on it. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, and that's
Well,
yeah.
okay. So the thing that you have to look at it is with Target and big chains like that, like Walmart and other things, this isn't the first time they've done this. I mean, this has happened in the US as well when it's come to music. You can't buy an uncensored album at Target. If you want to go in and buy, I have nothing I can name that's not going to date me a lot.
Right,
So
right.
some current vulgar album, you can't do that.
She's like
they're
those Elvis albums, shaking his hips and shit. But
yeah,
yeah,
Beatles and their devil music.
yeah, right.
you're not. There's a lot of things you're not going to find in these stores. So I have to burp. 1 second. That was awesome. So I had a great burp the other day, and I was like, please tell me that came through the mic, and nobody heard it. I was so upset.
We didn't hear it. It was awful.
But yeah, so this isn't a new thing for Target. The fact that it was a write-in campaign by quote-unquote gamers is lame. I mean, those guys are book-burning crazies. It's also Australia. This is a very, very... I'm trying to think of the right way to put this. Conservative, but not in the way that we use conservative in the U.S. country. It's a country, I was talking earlier about I wanted to move to Tasmania for quite a while. I couldn't bring any of my knives there. So this is a country that regulates everything. And it's great in a lot of ways because of that, but in other ways it's kind of like, thought police is not so good.
Right.
And in a sense, like the game was rated R18 there, right? Like that's their rating over there. Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah, Deadpool brought up Lil Wayne. Yeah, and it is. And these are things that Target doesn't carry. I mean, you can't buy an album that says fuck. So them carrying a game like GTA, it doesn't seem like that big of a stretch for them to pull it or to ask for a game to regulate how it's sold differently, either have it kept behind the counter or something like that. So, but the fact that it came from consumer pushing, I think that's kind of crap.
And see, that's what it was for me too. I mean, that they pulled it wasn't really an issue because we see companies do this stuff all the time. I mean, they bow to consumer pressure, and rightly so in most cases. But it was just that this was a. I mean, basically my whole thing is like that Take-Two guy said. I mean, if you don't like something, don't expose yourself to it. You don't.
It really makes me happy that the consoles aren't region locked. Like I
Yeah,
think Nintendo's the only one that region locks their shit, right?
right. I
At
believe
least
so.
at least people who want to play it can still get a hold of it somehow.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, a lot of people are kind of dismissive about it because of that fact. Like, you know, whatever significance the
Not
act
only that, but what
has.
like every game, every system
Yeah.
nowadays, you can download
Yeah.
directly from the console or from your PC
Right.
or from whatever you play. You
Yeah.
can download it right to the system. So
Exactly. But and so a lot of people are saying because of that though that it's not a big deal. You could just get it somewhere else, but it's like kind of misses the point, of these
yeah, you
book
got
burners, you know.
yeah. But in the same sense, isn't that I don't know? I guess I kind of see some similarities with Gamergate there in the sense that we're trying to get you know
Eh,
like we're a consumer revolt. They were a consumer revolt. They were just going about their shit in a way different way.
but is it I mean, like, is it genuine though, or is it just a bunch
Yeah,
of,
I get
like, I
what you're
mean,
saying.
yeah, I mean, we're doing this for a very specific reason, like, and
I'm
you know,
just here for the lulls.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm here.
I'm sorry, I read something in the chat where somebody brought up Total Biscuit. I had to finish reading his comment.
Oh yeah, he fanboyed out.
Fuck off.
Oh, so he knows how to get your attention then. Okay.
Yeah, everyone in chat just type Total Biscuit in front of anything you say, and I
He'll
will
smell
instantly
it
What?
read the
miles away.
comment.
What?
His biscuit radar goes off. He's like, wait, what? There's been a
Most of
mention.
us just call that gaydar, but okay.
Well,
Oh,
it started off with
yeah.
dude, fuck you. It said Total Biscuit said on his podcast, and I was like, what did he say on his podcast? Like, what happened? Like, and then I just, yeah, it wasn't anything about me, so.
Right. He's like, yeah, he said Ryan is his favorite up and coming streamer. Yeah.
Oh no,
Shit.
no. See, he meant rye bread and
Right.
light, specifically light.
Rye bread and streamers. Like, anyway.
Alright, so, yeah, that joke fell flat.
Yeah. Well, he keeps fucking fading in and out, man. We keep losing him.
All
It's hard to
right, what
make
do you guys
stupid jokes
think
alone.
about Assassin's Creed Victory? Do you think it's too soon for another Assassin's? Do you think they should take a
What?
year off, or
Yeah, they need to slow down.
Did they announce
Yes.
another one?
Yes.
yeah, Victory? It's supposed to take place in London.
Oh, okay.
Which would be cool, but I also want a Western Assassin's Creed because holy fuck, that'd be so good.
I would really prefer them to take a year off and just kind of
Yes.
step back, get Unity back, or not back to 100, but at 100%. Because they really got to take a look back and look at this monetization of the game itself. I really don't like some of the abilities, like what is it? Disguise. I don't like how it's just. It seems like an Adamus glitch. It doesn't seem like a legit ability. Like, oh well, you fucking take the clothes off of a fucking guard or whatever, and then use them to. It's just like, oh well, I'm just gonna clone a guard.
Oh yeah. That ability is a little. It's a little OP, yeah. I rarely use it though. I'm just most
That'll be the one
for the
ability.
most
Whenever I
reason.
actually get back into the game, that'll be the one ability I don't buy. I already know it.
Oh, I have pretty much. Well, I didn't get the group ones because I don't do a lot of the co-op missions. Although I'm done most of them, and then there's not much gear. I have pretty much all of my gear is currently legendary, and it does need some upgrading still.
Fucking Marco, I dislike westerns.
Yeah. And
Well,
somebody
you,
was
sir, can fuck off and die then. Okay.
Oh, whoa! Shots fired.
Fuck you.
hey, John wants to come on the stream.
Yeah, if
If
anybody
he
knows
doesn't
who
like
John
westerns, don't
Apocalypse
let
is,
him on.
I know John Apocalypse. If anybody knows who he is on Twitter, or if he happens to follow me on Twitter, just send me a message or something. Or
Unless he doesn't like westerns, in which
Right.
case, fuck him.
hey,
That's Marco. So Marco's
I got a slight. I gotta admit to you there, Fear. The only Western game I've ever liked was Red Dead.
Oh yeah, no, they're not done
Revolver.
very well, but that doesn't.
Red Dead Revolver, not even the sequel. You just
Marco, okay, the Assassin's Creed Shinobi thing or an Assassin's Creed Ninja, I would absolutely love that idea, but they actually did a press release not too long ago, maybe a couple years at most, where they said that they were avoiding Japan because that's the obvious route.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we don't want to do that because people are expecting it.
Yeah, you know that thing you want? Fuck you.
That's the way I took it too. It was like, what
I'm
the
sorry,
fuck?
I checked out for that second because I was options in something here. What did you say?
Marco in the chat brought up Assassin's Creed Shinobi, which would be like an Assassin's Creed Ninja.
Oh
They,
yeah, yeah. Well,
uh,
no. Here's how they're cheating and getting around it. Unity has a bunch of cheat little things like that.
well,
Like they're doing like if you remember when you signed into Unity, there's like at least a dozen different boxes, and the first
yeah.
one is the only one that was available. That I think is how they're doing it because I've already seen the video for the one about China. How it's going to be done kind of like those Chinese sort of um, old video sort of things like they do, like that,
She was
that sort of
she
visual
was a
effect.
woman, right? The one
Yes,
for the
she's a woman
giant
too.
dick. Okay, that would be the chick that actually is trained by Ezio as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There you go.
They
So it'd
bring
make all
that
the
up
sense
in
in the world.
Black Flag, I think, where they show a little snippet of the end of Ezio's life, and you get to see her for a quick glimpse.
I don't remember that. I think
It was part of like the Templar hacking files thing, so not a lot of people did.
Oh, okay.
Like he had to spend a lot of time outside of the Adamus and running around
Oh,
hacking
one
up
of those things.
computers and shit. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That makes more sense then. By the way, I beat both of those games now.
Which one do you prefer?
I think he's mid-sentence and not realizing we can't hear him.
Oh, he's probably
Yeah.
telling me which one he prefers as well too. He's probably like, "Oh man, Black Flag is so much better." It's like, "Fuck!"
Liked
Looking at it,
Black. I liked the things you could do in.
and he did it again. Yeah, he's still mid-sentence.
Yeah.
No clue. Um, we're just gonna move on topics and totally come back to him later. It'll be funny.
Sorry, what happened?
We're losing you. You're skipping out a little bit here and there.
This is weird because this is no one. This only seems to happen while I'm in your stream because I'm in Skype all the time and no one has ever said anything about this to me.
Yeah. Maybe they
So-
just don't want to hurt
Well-
your feelings.
Have you closed out Skype? Is
I have
Skype
not,
still
no.
open? You should
is-
probably do that.
Oh, really?
I've got Skype open though, and it's
I have it in the background. I'm not any calls there, but it's and actually I've been on other streams before with because I use Google Hangouts for Young Turks related stuff.
right.
It's all Rye's fault. Everybody just blame Rye.
Well,
Nobody always does.
yeah. Remember the time that fuck. Jesus, man, this shit. I need to get
Let's
something
blame
to
the
eat.
kid that was depressed a couple nights ago. That's fun.
What's that? Who's
Let's blame the kid that was depressed a couple nights. That's fun.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well,
assholes.
well, that's what your friends do, man. They relentlessly fucking make fun of you until you want to kill yourself.
Okay, I might sign out of Skype now just because I keep getting.
Hello. It happened again. What's going on, John?
I'm good. Can you hear me fine?
We can.
Okay, cool.
Seems like you're ready for a nuclear strike there, dude.
Yeah. I actually had that hanging on my bed. By the gas mask.
Who's
You
drunk?
should attach a bong onto it. I can really liven things up.
Mama June and Sugar Bear, 1 million for hillbilly sex tape. There's your topic. Yeah. No
That's
thanks.
something we never need to bring up ever again.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Nobody's drunk yet, Marco. We're working on it, buddy.
I'm working on it.
We'll know when Remy's drunk because she will not stop saying pudding.
Yeah. I'm staring
Or I'll
at
fall out of my bed again. That's the other thing.
I'm staring wistfully at my bottle
either
of
those
rum.
happen. Fewer
Alright,
is going
so-
to be AFK for a bit.
All right, that's fine. We can move on to the next topic if nobody has anything else to add to that one.
What about Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, what's that what's that Chinese one called again?
I don't even remember. I didn't play Unity that long. I played it real early when the game still had all the issues and they were still trying to patch everything out. So, a couple people walking through walls and that was enough for me.
I don't follow the series myself, so I really don't have any opinion. But I mean,
He doesn't have an opinion on most things anyway. Just don't let
Yeah.
me fool
Oh, I have opinions about everything. They're just not worth listening to most of the time. So, but no,
unless it's Dick's waving at trains, he's
right,
got nothing.
exactly.
Don't worry.
I'm a master at that. I could talk your ear off. But no,
You don't go from left to right, you go up and down.
I don't have to have played the series to recognize that they have made a shit ton of those games in the last, 3 or 4,
Well,
5
they've been on a
years.
yearly cycle since, was it 3? Did they
No,
decide to go
Two.
yearly, or was it Brotherhood?
it was
Or 2.
2, yeah, and then they did Brotherhood and Revelations.
Revelations. I
Revelation.
feel like Revelations was literally just, let's test the water with some new mechanics and see how people take to them.
Back.
Yeah.
So,
He's back.
Okay, so I don't know what keeps
Alright.
happening there because
I
I keep
don't
getting
know
like
much.
network connections.
But I
Sorry.
know I love you.
All right, so what were you saying about Black Flag and Unity?
I liked the mechanics in it.
Yeah.
But as for the story itself, I kind of like Unity more, just because on its own, I think it's like Unity could be standalone for me.
Hmm.
As a standalone game,
And
story
in a way,
is
it
good.
kind of is
It
because
really is. It really
even the
departs
Assassin's
from all the other
bits,
ones.
even the Assassin's bits aren't really Assassin's bits. They're not
Assassin's
like
Creed, Jackie
my bad. I
Chan.
meant like the real world Desmond bits. They aren't really like the real world Desmond bits that previous games. They were like, oh yeah, here's a short scene. I'll get back to it, you fucker.
Hey,
Like,
Exactly, because the premise is that the game is you're doing the stuff through the game, that you are this, it is a game, that they're basically they're using that Abstergo's using these games to get people to unlock stuff in the past and everything.
they're having
So by
people just do
playing it
their
as
work
yourself, you're just doing it, and it's
So,
like
okay.
has anyone played Shadow of Mordor yet?
Yeah,
yes.
I have.
I think that's a better Assassin's Creed than Assassin's Creed.
All right.
for them.
Yeah. That's a fit. Well,
I've got a love-hate relationship with that game.
See, I have some issues with it just because every once in a while you'll get an animation that just feels clunky.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
like
Other than that, though, like as far as the gameplay, the game itself goes, like it was a lot more entertaining than Assassin's Creed was for me. But again, like
You know-
it might have just hit me at that right spot because I was really looking forward to Batman when they
Right.
deleted Batman and Shadow of Mordor kind of took its place for me. So
Well, I was talking about that earlier. Actually, I kind of oversimplified the combat because it is basically, the foundation is the Arkham series combat, but it does a lot of really interesting things, within that thing, that framework that I do like. But I don't know. I'm still not sure how I feel about the game. I did like that glitch I ran into earlier, though, where I flew 150 feet up in the air for absolutely no reason. But no, it's one of those games that I'm just really not sure how I feel, and yet I've spent 20 hours playing it so far. So.
Well, I'm going to play it soon eventually. I have a copy, but I'm using it as a Christmas present for my dad.
Oh yeah.
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 all right, so this doesn't really apply to anybody here 'cause I'm pretty sure everybody but me here uses Steam or something else to play games. But this one just I don't know. As a console gamer,
Yeah.
Early.
what do you guys think about all the Lizard Squad shit going on with Xbox Live and shit?
Why do they do this?
Well, apparently, and me and Cy were
Allegedly.
talking about this before the show.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Allegedly.
allegedly, yes. What one of the leaders have said is that one of their brothers had their account suspended because they were racially profiled by Xbox Live support member.
You mean
Um,
racially profiles? What's that mean?
They were, I guess, called the N-word and then had their account blocked.
Okay.
What bugs me about that though is whenever you call and you actually get transferred to customer support, the first thing you hear is an automated voice tell you that this call will be monitored for quality purposes.
Yep. That's how all call or
Call center.
customer service representative work is done. That's
Yeah.
how what I used to do for my job and everything.
Sure.
But
So
you will say, are you familiar with the whole thing? If you run a credit card, it'll cut out because you're not actually legally allowed to. The companies aren't allowed to record that.
sorry.
Well, when I worked at OtterBox, anytime I'd take an order for a customer, once we got to the credit card part, it would cut out. Like the program would flag the system, during that period, and then I could bring it back online after I was done processing their card. And we were kind of theorizing that perhaps, the person, abused that little loophole, but there's no proof.
Yeah, we were actually me and Cy were talking about it, and either like this is the only two ways I can see how this would even happen is either that person had to be really egging on that customer service rep for him to even do that. 'Cause it's one of them things where I can't imagine that nobody around that person heard them say this, or like it just doesn't. Things don't add up there for me because whenever you call a customer service thing, it's not just one guy in a room. You're typically it's fucking one guy surrounded by fucking 50 other people.
Right.
Oh,
And
Marco was asking in the chat, what is Lizard Squad? Is that
Um,
who's
they were the
talking about
ones.
this, or?
Yeah, they were the ones who said that. Oh, this is why we're attacking Xbox Live, and this is why we keep bringing it down. And for Christmas, we're going to bring it down permanently. Now, I think that's totally a bluff. I feel like if they would have, if that was their goal, they would have done it already.
right.
Hmm.
Or if they were capable of it, they would have done it already.
And I mean, I've worked in a lot of call centers, and even if you curse under your breath, you're risking not having a job. Not attached to your microphone, just being on the floor in general,
Yeah.
because it's potentially going to get picked up by somebody else's mic. So even if he dodged his mic saying it, the person, because we're packed in like sardines in those places, so
Yeah,
the
See,
person
that's what I was
next to
saying.
his
Is you're not one
mic would have
person
picked
in
it
a
up.
room. You're not one person in a closed room. You're in
Oh
a room
no, you
full
know
of
what? I'm
people.
lying. They work from home.
Oh,
Xbox
that
support works from
Microsoft.
home. They work through Access. Oh, hold on. I know the name of the company and I just completely blanked on it. Alpine Access. Most of their staff is all across. A lot of them are out of Arizona and Ohio, but they're all across the country. I used to work for them working for AARP because I didn't know enough about gaming to work for Xbox. But they're actually people working out of their bedrooms. But you can't mute out with them. It doesn't, there isn't a way for you to mute out. And if you try to, it's this weird little, it's a computer, but it's this tiny little box that they have you set up with. You can't dodge being recorded on it. I mean, it,
Right.
it does everything that you're doing. So, yeah, somebody
So
else's mic wouldn't have picked it up, but there's not a way, unless he shut down his computer, which would have killed his phone call, to kill being
Which would have got him a
recorded.
call. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
because that's what I was saying is that whenever you hear that automated thing, it says it's being recorded for quality purposes. It's not just for the per customer calling saying, oh, well, if you're slamming the customer support people,
Right.
we're going to have you on record as that. It's
Yeah.
also notifying the people's supervisors that, hey, they're not doing their job correctly.
Yes,
Right.
that's the point.
It's the quality goes both ways. It's not just a one-way street there. So I don't know. Like I don't feel like that's a legit story, or we're just not getting the whole picture. But again, why would we? Like these people aren't really interested in giving the full picture. I think they just want to be known, honestly.
Right. Oh,
And above all, even with that's the case, I mean,
and there he goes
And it's
again.
gone again. Like I don't know. I've had some people on Facebook who were like trying to say that they were part of Anonymous, and I had to correct them. I was like, no, 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 no. Like not even close.
Yeah. So, yeah. Deadpool says Lizard Squad's a troll group that make up their reasons, most probably.
Yeah, that's about the gist of what I can imagine there.
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, it's highly implausible, and it just seems weird that we haven't heard anything from like other sources, because that's a pretty big deal, I mean, that's something that would have gotten out there somehow.
Well, and that's something that Anon actually would have cared about. So I think it just sort of sounds like a bunch of bull hockey to me.
What scared
For
me
sure.
is there was a couple people on Facebook who had gone to Twitter and tried to get Anonymous to go after Lizard Squad for them. I was like, oh, don't do that. They're not. What's one of like the Anonymous codes? You do not try to use Anonymous as your personal army, you dumbass.
Yeah.
I've had to use, like, I'm not a chanter. You guys know, you've heard me talk. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not a chanter. But I've had to use, Anon is not your personal army, or Gamergate is not your personal army, more times than I feel comfortable in the last couple of months. But people forget stuff. It's just like, guys, like, just
Right.
because we're doing this different thing doesn't change who we are.
For sure.
And, yeah, like,
I'm for sale, though.
this is good to know.
If
I
you
shall
guys wanna-
weaponize you later.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready to go right now. You got aim me. I'm a gun. So Fuhrer's gonna out for a little
Yeah,
bit
he's
and
gonna bow
figure
out
out
for your
his.
spell and figure that shit out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I seen that Twitter handle.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing. He posts Biscuit posts, a tweet saying, "I solved the problem killing prostitutes in GTA 5. Turns out it
Oh,
was
yes,
quite easy.
not
All I
do it.
had to do was not, and I mean,
Well, and this is the
You know what's
problem with so many games is that they go against the way that the game is
mhm,
designed to be played in
Hmm.
order to show it as bad. You're
exactly,
not, there's no
absolutely.
incentive in killing them. There's no incentive. It actually hurts you in Hitman
right,
to kill
Kill
the
anybody
dancers.
but the target, or even then, anybody
Yeah.
but the target. Like you get
right,
negative impact for anything that like, being spotted for anything.
Hmm.
So to go
What's
out of your way to kill strippers is just like, well, you just fucked up. Like in my eyes, it's
Yeah.
like,
knowing
It's
no,
obvious that that what they're selling, quote unquote, is not aimed to people that actually play the games. It's the
right,
same thing with Chipper Gore and all of that stuff when it came down to music in the 80s and 90s, in that just because I know that world a little bit better, but it doesn't have anything to do with the people who are actually listening to that type of music. Nobody listened to Prince and was scandalized and horrified because
right,
they understood, one, that he's extremely Christian, two, that most of his songs, yes, they sound like they're about sex, but he's really talking about Jesus, and three, that it's not going to change your views on women or anybody else, the people that actually listen to the music or are actually playing these games. And but it's the same sort of mindset of they're not talking to the people that want to consume these products. They're talking to every other person who's
right.
not going to have the knowledge to push back against it.
so I've got two things to say.
Sure.
So one, like in GTA 5, in like the main story, I don't think there's like a single part where you kill a woman. Like maybe the exception
you
of a cutscene.
kidnap a woman,
Is it
and that's
because she's a
about it.
woman?
But at the same time, look, you kidnap her, and then Trevor falls in love with her. So it's like, it's the
Right.
same thing with the whole torture scene in it. Like a minute after the torture scene, Trevor is explaining to the torturer or torturee why torture is bad.
Right.
So,
Yeah. But the point being that there's no mission in which your specific and sole goal is to go murder a woman,
yeah, I get what you're
right?
saying.
Oh, I was just clarifying for myself actually. That is
There
what you're
is,
getting at, right?
there is a mission where you solely kill hipsters.
Well, that should be every
Nobody's
mission.
disagreeing with that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think they're like the prime enemy of that game.
Yeah.
Anybody who thinks that there is no boss in GTA, you're lying to
Right.
yourself.
The hipster murder simulator. Yeah.
So
But
yeah, the second thing I was gonna say. Well, I put this in the comments, but only on Treasure Biscuit's podcast, Co-optional, he said that the guy who runs Target Australia is part of this group called White Ribbon, which means it's pretty the sex workers and the feminists kind of got like an easy target, no pun intended, with those retailers. If so, like over right here, supposed to be like this group that's supposed to fight against violence against women.
Remy's weaponized nice.
Yeah, I saw that.
She is. She's
She
awesome.
she weaponized pudding.
Puddin'. That too, yeah.
But White Ribbon, sorry, I was just looking
Sure.
that up. I mean, White Ribbon has been around since it started out as the Women's Christian Temperance Union. I mean, it's been around for 1873. I mean, it's not a new thing. Target in a lot of places, like here in the US, Target is considered a safe space. So if you are a woman or a child in a state that allows for safe spaces, and this isn't like the way that social justice warriors use it, this is actually a good thing. If you're a child at risk, you can go to certain stores. They have a sign on the front of the store that says this is a safe place for you to come and we will get you help. I've worked at stores that are safe places, and if a kid comes in, you take them back to the manager's office, get them food, get them a blanket, whatever it is they need, wait for authorities to show up, and just make sure that they're okay.
Hmm.
And we were trained like how to handle situations if a child or a battered woman were to come in. And the way that it's being used in Australia is very similar. Um, it's the Take the Oath campaign. Um, I swear to never commit, excuse, or remain silent about violence against women. This is my oath. And it's coming from a really good place. I mean, I'm the first person to say, like, I'm not comfortable with a lot of the social justice talk that we have because I am a boots on the ground protester and that kind of thing. And so I'm used to sort of siding with these people. But the White Ribbon Campaign, I mean, it's great. It's men who are in Australia traditionally not considered to be women advocates. There's a lot of problems in Australia with racism and things like that.
Oh no.
Are we losing her now too?
People are trying to
Yep, we're losing Remy now. That is weird.
Well,
shame
Nick logs off, and then Remy starts to go.
Oh no!
Conspiracy.
Hey, that's because you're hosting this on dial-up, Ryan.
Oh no, it's my Walmart connection. I gotta fix that.
Yeah, let's leak
Because
your
it's
neighbor's
because I
Wi-Fi, man.
get my connection from Target Australia, and we're talking shit on them. So
Well, and I was trying to defend them, but I was saying like white ribbon's a good thing. It's good. It's not a bad thing. It's just being misused. That's all.
And then it fixes itself as soon as you say you're defending them. Holy shit.
And I get the sense though that for most people it wasn't so much the fact that Target removed the games, but how it came about. That was the issue. So
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not a new game. It's been out. It's not like it came out and they said no, we can't stock this, which is what Target normally does. And we haven't had an outcry. I can't think of a situation where somebody's been like, oh man, I couldn't buy, the dirty version of this album at Target. I haven't heard that. So.
Right. And I tend not to shop there because they're like way more expensive than everybody else. At least here in Colorado, but
I can't say I've even been to Target anytime recently, honestly.
And see, Walmart is the same. They don't.
Hewer's back.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Welcome back.
I restarted. Should turn off the router and turn it back on. I think the
Don't
problem
lie.
is
You ran
we
to
have,
her house and then you got back. Don't fucking come on, man.
it's a long walk. But
Yeah, that's a
But
strange
I
mustache you're sporting there.
I think what it was that we put up some new phones in the house, and I think they're fucking with the internet. That's what I think is happening. So, there's the parts where I cut out randomly, and you guys knew about those before, but today has been different. There's been more of them in different types. Because it's popping up for me saying I'm having networking issues, or was.
Does anyone else feel like he's attempting to talk about aliens? He's just trying to go about it coy.
We can talk about aliens.
Aliens!
But
No, this is not a King of Pole stream.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my theory. That's the only difference so far. And every time they started ringing, I would get the pop-up here, network issues. So
you sure it's not
sure?
Because we were talking about Steve Amell earlier and Amell Amell, whatever his name is, and it sounded like everybody was turning into the King of Pole there.
I don't spill spaghetti. I just come out straight with it.
I haven't had a racial slur once this episode. I'm pretty sure we're not the King of Pole stream. So.
Right. Oh man.
So what's our next topic? Do we have more topics, or we ran through all of them?
Yes, we do actually. Once I dig it up, hold on.
Where did you put it?
Yeah.
In my backyard. I need a shovel. Hold on.
I was just gonna say that Walmart is a lot like
murdering?
this in the sense that they don't carry.
I'm digging up the body.
I don't think they carry M-rated games either.
No, they don't. But they're also a Christian company, so you shouldn't shop there because they treat their people like crap and are just horrible. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, it was only a week, and I quit because I was deathly ill, and I still came in, but I couldn't hack it. So I told my supervisor or whatever. I was like, I'm dying here. Let me go. And she's like, well, we expect you to stay here unless you're on your deathbed. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah, for minimum wage. It's completely baffling how. So yeah, I'm super. They're one of those places when I talk about being boots on the ground. They're one of those places that I'm happy to go protest anytime you need me to.
Have you ever noticed that, like, if you mention something like bad about the company around the cashiers or whatever, it's almost like a robotic, like cult-like. Oh no, it's great. I love my job.
Oh, not at the Walmarts here. They're like, yeah,
Really? Because
yeah,
I
they
noticed it a
don't
lot here.
care.
It's so creepy. It's so fucking creepy.
It's like the fucking Stepford wives.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Yeah,
there
pretty
is
much.
nothing wrong with being a Stepford wife.
As long as
Okay.
they fuck well, then that's the most important thing. If you're a Stepford wife and you can't do that, then sorry.
All right, let's move on to the next topic.
That's why I was kicked out of the club.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we got a half hour up in this segment as well.
Dr. Science Wizard made a terrible Stepford wife. You couldn't bed for shit.
No, I don't go down.
Marco wants us at some point, I don't know if it'll be in this segment, it'll probably be in one of the later segments, but to talk about the Rolling Stone UVA rape case. Well, the
Yeah.
thing that Jackie made up, yeah.
And I'm
we can get into
unfamiliar
we can
with
get
this,
into that
though.
next segment.
I'm eager to
We
talk
lost
about this as
Fleur
well.
again.
But we're
I
back
can't
up.
handle this.
We got
Where-
viewers back as soon as he left, though, so maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
Next video.
I'm joking.
We got 7. We're hanging at 7.
Well, we're competing with Oliver. So actually, Remy, if you're such good terms with Oliver, you want to have him shill the stream whenever he's done streaming?
Will do. I will message him now.
All right, thank you. Let's talk about the pleb comics with Lady losing her job after social
got
justice
fired?
warriors docs her.
Oh, didn't she resign though? Like they laid
I
it
don't
out
know.
for her.
I don't.
Well, she said
I'm out of the loop,
on
so.
her blog that it was a I guess some folks emailed her boss some of her more risque stuff, and they basically just pulled her aside and said, this is going to be kind of a liability, and we don't want this stuff, and she agreed, and then resigned. So
All right, she wasn't that she lost her job. Jackie.
I don't. Well, no,
I don't know. I guess that could kind of be taken both ways though, because
I feel like the way she put it was like if she hadn't resigned, it would have been,
we're getting fired anyway.
yeah,
So at least this way it looks better on a resume.
sure. But I can't be sure. The Pleb Comics artist, whose name I
Gotcha.
don't know offhand.
I just feel like a lot of these people, even when horrible things are done to them by, shoot, I have to use the term anyway, but social justice types, I'm
Right.
just like, there has to be another word.
Asshole.
That, yeah, these jerks
I got
that they're friends with, like, these people do horrible things, and then they turn around and they're like, "Oh, well, it's okay." It's kind of like that guy that Dick Cheney shot in the face, and he apologized for getting shot in the face.
Right.
I feel like a lot of these people that social justice go after, who they're normally aligned with, like think of the poor guy who created Cards Against Humanity. Same thing. Gets
Right.
accused of rape. It wasn't rape. The woman described the situation in detail, and that's called awkward sex, honey. That's not called rape. They still.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, I mean,
They kept
if
apologizing.
awkward sex was rape, I would have been in jail like dozens of times over by now. So.
Aw.
Oh, guys, we all owe a bullet
Hey,
and
oh,
a nice
you know
thank
what?
you.
What is
well.
it? What does it say about you fuckers that I make a bad joke and you go, oh.
No, I all because of Bullet-chan tweeted
yeah?
out about us. So
Yeah, very cool.
second
But-
time, it's the second week in a row.
But you do make a fair point, Remy. It is really unusual. Like
It's strange watching somebody get attacked and then apologize. I don't
Right.
understand it. When the guy did it with Dick Cheney, I was like, wow, you're super brainwashed, sweetie. And now it's just become this repeated pattern with these folks where they're the ones being attacked, their own side is hurting them, and they're
Pac-Man.
apologizing?
Mr. Pac-Man does this quite a bit too, where he jumps through a lot of mental hoops and just is really dismissive about the character assassination. That's
He looks so cute and confused, though. I just love his little face.
But it's
But
just
he gets this like, why is this going on?
I don't know
Right.
who deserves the medal for
But it's just-
gold
it's-
for mental
it's-
gymnastics, him or Kaz. I really don't know.
It bothers me though, because it's like this dude. I mean, you'd have to be blind not to recognize that. Yeah, these people are trying to engage in character assassination because you didn't pick a side. And the sad thing is, when he has expressed a preference, he said, "I agree more with you guys than I do the Gamergate folks." So it's like,
No, because I can tell you exactly why he's
Hmm.
It's not even mental gymnastics. It's refusing to let it force you to take a side, because
Sure.
then it validates one group's claims,
Gotcha.
which it validates their claims that he's a bad person if he
So-
takes a side.
So
It also
you say he's taking abuse for that reason?
yeah, basically.
Okay.
It also puts him in a position where he can no longer be an arbitrary medium
Right.
that can just present both opinions. This is why he's painfully careful around when it comes to this issue, and desperately avoids getting involved on that level to the point where he has to pick a side, and why he will always use things like it's allegedly,
Right.
and he's no reason to doubt the validity of the letter sent to Brianna Wu for in one case and stuff like that, because technically speaking, none of us know for certain with any
Right.
certainty whether or not that's true. It could be some really weird person with a very strange take on Gamergate who wrote this letter,
Sure.
but we don't know for certain. It seems like it might be one way, but he
Right.
can't. And as a media personality, he is outright going to refuse to budge from his position
But
unless
he
he
has on
sees
several
hard
occasions.
evidence.
He has on several occasions, straight up, like when he had freaking Arthur Choo Choo Train on the show, Choo Choo Rocket or whatever he's being called now.
Mhm.
He said, I sympathize more with you guys than I do with the Gamergate side of the issue. So I mean,
Right, but the
it's
reason
not
for
outright
that,
taking a stance, and it
but the
gives him
reason for that is he generally
mediating.
sympathizes more with the feminist cause because he himself is a
Right.
feminist. So
And that's what I'm saying.
do that.
And that's what I was going to get at in a roundabout way, is that to me a lot of that seems like, not pandering at all, but just like, a little bit of well, I mean, it wouldn't be unfair to say
A
biased,
degree
I
of wishful
guess.
thinking and hoping it brings two people to the table. That's what it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
It's him saying, "Look, I'm not against you guys. I don't
Sure.
hate you at all. I'm not trying to attack you or go after
does take
anybody.
a lot
In
of
fact,
shit,
I
though.
generally share most of your views on a lot of these things.
Right.
But I'm trying to cover this neutrally. It's a way of trying to mend bridges if from his end, even though the fact of the matter is it's the other group that doesn't want to mend bridges back. He's not going to budge from that angle at all, because it keeps him, to everyone else who's sane and normal
Right.
around all of this, it flat out makes him look like he has done everything in his power to be as reasonable as humanly possible.
And he has,
He's
for the
not
most part.
taken a side. He's not tried he's not called anyone liars or frauds or anything like that. He's questioned things like a hard journalist should, and it's been good. But he has outright done it, everything in his power to walk that line.
None of which I take issue with.
Exactly. No. None of us take issue with that.
Yeah.
But that's
I just
why,
think it's a
and he
bummer
will
that,
not
like,
budge from that.
I think it's and maybe this is just my naivety, and I will admit it, but it's such a bummer to see him sitting there, and I mean, these people are assassinating his character, like flat out accusing him of shit, and he'll go on and say, oh no,
Oh no! Here's okay. On that one, I can
Yeah.
answer. I can absolutely answer.
cool.
The reason that he sits there and is okay with that is because he doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, yeah.
He's been in this game a lot longer than most of us think. He's been at this for several years, and he has had worse people go after him.
Sure.
He interviewed the freaking guy who shot up that Jewish center.
Yeah.
That happened earlier in 2014. The guy who was nuts. He did an interview with him years ago because the guy was running for a political office at the time, and he was telling them that David Pakman had killed because Pakman is Jewish. That he was responsible. Well, at least ethnically. I don't know about religiously. I think he's agnostic. But anyway, that he is responsible for killing 300 million of my own people, referring to white people. He was a neo-Nazi Aryan dude, so that's why.
Wow.
He has these nut jobs on for a reason, because he's not afraid to bring them on and ask questions, and it either makes the other people look stupid or it gives them a chance to clarify their position. He has a lot of experience doing this sort of thing with people far crazier,
but then why address it at all,
threateningly
man?
crazier, like physically. I might go and shoot somebody like that one
sure.
guy did. Kind of people on a show. So he
Can you guys hear
really
me?
gets used to this. Yes.
Yeah,
No, I can't hear myself. There's something wrong with my microphone, so sorry about that, man.
No problem.
No, yeah. Well, the audio isn't coming through. I don't know. But
We sound fine on our end.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
I was just wondering why I guess he has to address it, because if left unaddressed, those accusations would kind of reflect poorly on him.
But that's also something that he's done. I mean, he has a very particular format in how he
Right.
responds to things, and he's really
Yeah.
consistent with it.
Okay.
The thing that baffles me is the Young Turks are. I mean, I'm an MRA. I think everybody knows that at this point. And
I
they
don't.
were. Hi, now you know.
You and me both.
Um, and I think that they're one of the people that I really enjoyed, along with Raw Story, that when things started getting really contentious in the the pro women movement. I even hate using the term feminist because of Summers and others who are trying to reclaim it. But in the extremist camps, the Young Turks and Raw Story were the first two that I dropped because and Salon jumped right into extremist land and continued to have extremist as staff, and their comment sections on Facebook were just dreadful, and I got banned from comment sections, and I was just like, okay, I'm just not going to miss it, and it's cool. I feel really confused when these quote unquote feminists are attacking a network that's on their side. It's like when I say to us all the time, like, why are we going after each other? I look at them and I'm like, you guys, like, what are you doing? These are your allies. Why are you attacking them? David is so strongly for women's rights that I'm baffled when they go at him, and it just makes them seem completely nuts.
Right.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
the Young
I
Turks,
agree.
they do. They, I will say this, Remy. I've watched because I am a frequent member or frequent contributor to a panel show on the network. So I am, I guess, technically by that extent part of the network. Not a big channel, but it's on the network. And I have seen over the past several months that network change a lot. As in, I've seen Anna Kasparian really look at a lot of this really radical feminist stuff. Like, for example, that whole HuffPost had an article where with the people doing fat suit experiments for like online dating websites, and they said that the results were sexist and stuff. And Anna was like, "No, they're fucking not sexist.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you? It's not sexist at all." And she was very pissed off at that. And then there was the Shirtgate stuff where she even went on her own private channel and put a follow-up video up to the Young Turk segment because they were all like, "This is fucking ridiculous that these people were angry at this dude for wearing a shirt. That's insanity."
That
And
I
she did
can
a follow-up video saying that these people make us look crazy. And so they've been noticing it too now, and they've been starting to push back more, which is something that's made me very, very happy to see.
You saw the Shirtgate video, right? It was the same thing you're talking about, like just saying this is absolutely batshit insane.
Yes. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like,
and that's great because I always like the Young Turks. I mean, I'm ridiculously liberal, so it's very hard that when it comes to gender rights and gender roles that I sort of have to distance myself from people that I generally consider allies and on my side because it's like, hey, we're all going to go protest against Nestle. This will be awesome. And then we get there and it's like, oh, you were at this slut walk and this is really embarrassing. I've got to go because I think I threw eggs at you. So it's very strange, like that entire climate of extremism, and if they're getting back towards not even the middle, but just more away from the fanaticism, that's great.
yeah,
That
no,
that gives
that's
me hope.
exactly.
Can I expose my political stupidity for a moment and ask how do you define liberal?
Well, it depends on what country you're in, honestly.
Sure.
In the U.S., the way that we term, I mean, leftist and rightist and liberal and conservative is kind
The
of the
liberals
inverse.
want to do this in the world.
Right.
That's
I
my
mean,
Rush
it's just
Limbaugh impression.
I see a lot of people saying or talking about liberals like it's fucking, I don't know, just like they're the end of the world. But I would consider myself my understanding.
That itself was a very calculated move.
Right.
The Republican Party in the United States and conservatives in general,
Yes.
especially the right-wing media, deliberately forged a climate where liberal is a naughty word. You
Yes.
cannot.
And I've noticed that.
But in the inverse, conservative
why
is the biggest
progressive-
insult on Twitter.
Yes, that's in recent because what's happened is those media. What happened was it used to be a lot of the political discussion and a lot of the political structure around in the United States, I've noticed, used to revolve heavily around mainstream media and a lot of NPR and things like that and radio personalities. What happened is people have stopped giving a shit about those. And so you have new media on the rise, and new media blows old media out of the water as far as views and attention goes. Rush Limbaugh, when
I
they
thought you
moved
were
off.
going a way different route with that. I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
no. When Rush Limbaugh, for example, when they switched how they monitor radio ratings, Rush Limbaugh went from being like a constant high rating to abysmal, like to the point where advertisers started pulling out left and right. He's had dead air on his show in between segments before because nobody wants to advertise with him anymore. This is what happened with the rise of the new media. People started to realize A, there's alternatives, and B, most of the United States is liberal.
Right.
More so than even the Democratic Party.
And that's
They are
But-
very
and
socially
based on
liberal
my-
and economically conservative.
And based on my
yeah.
limited understanding, I would most probably identify as liberal myself.
Yes.
And
Well,
I
and
think
people have to
most
keep in
people on
mind-
the Earth, technically speaking, would.
Well,
with some pushback, of course.
depending too on you said something important there. There is social, and then there is financial.
Socially liberal and economically conservative. Those are the two
Yeah.
big factors that I think make most modern liberals. And it's which one of those prevails at the time, and that seems to be where people fall on the spectrum of the word liberal, because there's a lot of economically conservative people who view Democrats as like the bane of the existence. And part of the reason is because I'm reading what's his name, Jeremy Siegel's Stocks for the Long Run book, actually, because I'm going back to school for that. What he says is, generally speaking, business likes Republican leadership, but objectively speaking, especially in the past 60 years, the economy has actually done better under Democratic presidents, which is the odd paradox there, that Republican presidents are more quote unquote pro business, but businesses fare better under Democratic leadership, which is ironic.
Well, it also, when you look at it, and I can just look at it coming from an American point of view, is that the majority of big business in America, and wow, I'm about to go full poll, so you guys can tell me to shut up in any second, but the majority of American business has ties to the Republican Party. So you're looking at a very small section of
That is
people.
not going poll in the slightest.
It feels like it. I feel myself slipping down the rabbit hole, but you look at, for instance, Bush and Cheney and their ties to their ties to. We need to
he's a
have a
handsome
talk
guy.
later,
Come on.
Cyborg. But
Oh, there you go, man. You got yourself a little private one-on-one there. Congrats.
you look at their ties to business, and when they have lobbyists come in and speak, and when they're lobbying for certain things, they're not lobbying for entire industries, they're lobbying for individual businesses.
Yes.
When a Democrat's in office, it's actually lobbying for an industry, which is why an entire industry will boom instead of just particular private businesses doing better.
This is the ultimate irony. Democratic leadership, for pound for pound and objectively speaking, is better for economic growth, but Republican leadership is a great opportunity for corporatism and in many cases borderline monopolies. It's under Republican leadership that you can get things like Time Warner buying out or being bought out and stuff like that, or how you can have it so that there's only really two major cable providers in a country, even though a lot of this.
Warner.
Yep. Honestly, the only reason that's not classified as a monopoly is because it's two instead of one.
Right.
But they've done it that way deliberately because it's like, well, we're
And they're
not
trying to
against
merge.
antitrust laws, but we can still do this. That's the point.
And that hasn't stopped them
no.
from trying to merge, though, man.
And here's the other thing too. Like, for example, it came up several months ago, but there was a story we did on the TYT community channel about actual like breweries and stuff and startup businesses. Old established breweries hate startup businesses, so they will actually be lobbying for regulation to make it harder for startup breweries to take place. That's what we're talking about when we say Republican businesses. It's not the industry, it's companies, individual companies, and that's the kind of behavior that gets tolerated. Now, okay, so back to this whole liberal thing. Yeah, generally speaking, economically conservative, socially liberal. Now, the socially liberal part is where some people, especially when religion gets involved, it falls apart. Socially liberal basically means okay with anyone doing, for the most part, what they want, so long as they're not harming anyone. And harming anyone anyone can be taken loosely. It could be taken in the version as that literally if they don't cause physical harm to someone else. It can be taken in the version that, hey, maybe you having a substance abuse causes damage to the family structure that you are a part of, so maybe that's maybe that's where that line is crossed. It's flexible that way, but for the most part means being in favor of being allowed to marry whatever person you want so long as they're consenting adult, being able to more or less put whatever substance you want in your body so long as, again, it doesn't harm anyone else, or it's safe and can be regulated. Like there's some things that you can't, like crocodile I don't think should ever.
Oh, fuck no.
That stuff is horrendous.
Yeah, we're
But
talking
like
about flesh eating.
marijuana, cocaine, heroin, all those drugs, if they're regulated and taxed and a system and facilities set up to deal with withdrawal and addiction symptoms, it can make money,
Oh yeah.
and B, does make a safer society because people don't feel like they have to go to dangerous people to get the substances.
Oh, that
Generally
concept,
speaking,
yeah.
that's what socially liberal means: is you're okay with anyone else doing really what they want,
Gotcha.
as long as it doesn't damage yourself.
Now, hey, I just wanted to mention before we get to we got 5 minutes or 6 minutes left on this segment, so
Okay. I think that's plenty of time to finish up the whole political
I
discussion.
I would say,
I did plan ahead this week, and all the links are already in the description, so nobody should have to refresh.
Oh,
So-
awesome. Look at you being all super planned. So, friends of mine that are tuning in from Facebook who are not usually here to watch, if you click the Show More button underneath the YouTube video, it'll have Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. The reason we do that is so that when folks want to come back and watch the stream after the fact, it's broken down into delicious 2-hour chunks that are much easier to consume instead of having to watch like 8 hours and going, oh my god.
now, hey, Fuhr,
Yo.
I wanted to ask you something because you're a fucking hugely, fiercely intelligent, big-brained, admirable guy. Hey, so for a long time, I've felt like
In other words, what you're saying is you didn't smoke a lot of weed as a child and kill all your brain cells.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
exactly.
Oh, I did that too, but I just
How? How?
No,
Oh no, bullshit! I'm calling bullshit.
No, what I was
How?
getting at is, would it be safe to say that like corporations pretty much run the country?
Oh no, that's
In a sense,
very
like-
safe to say.
Right.
This is part of the reason why TYT has the organization.
Note that we're asking the Canadian about
Right.
our country.
Right.
No,
Because he knows more than about us.
what's amazing is 2-3 years ago I probably would have said, it's difficult, but no. Truth time, I used to hate the Young Turks. I generally did not like them. I thought they were very way too left for me, way too radical. But then as I started watching more and more your American politics, I was like, holy shit, there's something wrong here. And I
I just
started
think-
tuning in, and I was like, they make a lot of sense as to
Yeah.
why there's a problem here.
When we
And
reach
that's
the
why they
point
have an
where-
organization called Wolfpack, which is basically to push for the
Fuck.
22nd Amendment, which would be the amendment that says you can, or no money from private individuals or companies is allowed to make its way into the political sphere.
Yes, and I remember where I was when they announced that corporations were people.
Yeah, the
Basically.
Citizens United decision, and then the latest, even worse, the latest McCutcheon decision basically means through loopholes you can give as much money as you want to a candidate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not at all a conflict of interest.
No, not at all.
yeah. I mean, I always had.
And you have the revolving door where you have
yeah.
fuckheads like Eric Cantor, who he spent like more money than his opponent he spent more money on steak dinners than his opponent did on his entire campaign, and he lost to that guy because Eric Cantor's a fuckhead and doesn't know how to fucking politics. But B, as soon as he's out, he goes to work for a gigantic corporation in the finance sector. I think banking it was the company. He's no experience with banking, but because you did us right by us, so we promised to do right by you, kind of thing. And then, or you have Dick Cheney, who's given like a tens of millions dollar severance package from Halliburton once he leaves to become vice president, and Halliburton gets all the oil contracts from Iraq.
The thing that was great, though, at least with Cheney actually running for office, I thought, is that Cheney has been a kingmaker in our country for such a very long time.
Yes.
And people weren't aware, the average person who wasn't growing up politically obsessed like I was, wasn't aware of the amount of power that, not as a family, like the Bushes are a family and they're very much a dynasty and they're probably super upset about how coked up the next generation is.
But Cheney as an individual, not even coming from a legacy, has so much power and has been a kingmaker and pulling strings from behind the curtains for so long.
Mhm.
And there's conversations that would happen at the Republican National Convention that it was basically, who does Cheney pick? It isn't who are we going to vote for, it's who is Cheney picked.
Yep.
And the Republicans were completely comfortable with this, but when he got pushed forward and became a public face and people could see how slimy he is, I kind of see that as a win. I think that that's great,
Yes.
and I think it's wonderful that people are more aware of what and who he is.
One amazing thing about Cheney, if you watch videos from the 90s, there's a good video. He was interviewed, I forget who it was by, in the 90s, and it was after the Operation Desert Storm and everything. They basically asked him about it, and he says, "No, we did the right thing by not going further. We don't want to get mired down in Iraq. It's a mess. If we remove Saddam, it'll be a faction war between the Kurds, the Shiites, and the Sunnis. It's a horrendous idea to ever go any further into Iraq." This is Dick Cheney in the 1990s saying messing with Iraq and getting rid of Saddam is probably the worst thing you can do for the region.
Right.
Like 10 years later, does it? Guess what? Still the worst thing you could do for the region.
We've
It's
got 30,
amazing. It's
35
amazing.
seconds.
The man who is on record for saying this is a
we've got-
terrible idea, don't
30
do this,
35 seconds, Nick.
then went and did it. It's like, wow.
Pauses, Nick. Nick, pause.
I'm done. So
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, your
All
point
right,
is well taken and well articulated, but we're
All right,
moving
thank
on
you
to the
everybody
next
for
segment.
tuning into this segment. Please click the link below to follow us to the next segment. We'll see you
Yep.
there.
Bye, guys. See you in a second.
Bye.